Hey, people. Spence here. You are now on session 21 of Thieves Incorporated. Do
I'll
you
drink to that.
Do you like explosions? Well, do we have the session for you?
I don't
Last
like
time we met our adventurers, they had gone through a bit of a misdemeanor. Um, and perhaps have found out that they need have found out that the thing that was referred back to like 18 sessions ago.
It wasn't that long ago.
Okay,
it was more like
16 sessions
15.
ago.
A very long time ago.
A very long time ago, the Mythalar might actually be important, and they are going to go out and find its whereabouts. What they've been told is that it will be a 6-day journey to somewhere in the west.
Oh,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And other than that, they acquired their fancy little golden ticket, if you will, for a front row seat, which now has a countdown of. What are you guys supposed to say how long it is?
wasn't it like a month from now?
I'm checking my notes. I don't have that written down, I think.
I know
It was a while.
know.
It was a while from now.
A while
Yeah, it
from
was
now.
A while,
it
but
was-
not
I
a
remember
ridiculous
it was-
amount of time.
I remember that while it wasn't like super far off from now, it was also far enough that our current journey shouldn't interfere with our odds of getting there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's not next week, but it's not in 100 years from now.
Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure it was like it. I remember it being weirdly synced in time with that. Possible GIF invasion.
Something like
Ah,
that.
yes.
Like it was either just.
I think it was a little.
after
I think it was a
that
little
date,
bit after then.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was
we
after
can
that.
we can look into that. We can look into that, but before it happens, we can go back and look at the last session and see when it
Yeah.
happened.
Yep.
Yeah.
Understandable. So, set the scene. It is morning. All of you have kind of packed up whatever belongings that you did have because you guys will be gone for a while. What's it? Things are kind of as normal this morning in your tiny little Adobe style house. What do you do?
I don't recall what the time limit on checked out books was.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, that's 20
20
days.
20
We got
days.
time.
Yeah.
We got time.
So I would like to. I'll just. It occurs to me I should probably head to the library, see if I can find a book on these Mythalars so that I can.
A fine suggestion, Mr. Ticker.
Especially so that I can make modifications while we are returning. Something about that name.
Is it
It'll come to
familiar
me.
to you?
I think it is, but I can't quite place it. It'll come to me.
There.
There's
Perhaps
For all
it
we
would
know,
be
they
most efficient if we meet at the West Gate. You head to the library, we head straight there. After we finish packing up.
That seems like an efficient use of time.
agreed.
Or why not?
And so, actually, what do you want to do? Buy one?
I just want to read my book.
Do you want to bring anyone?
Bring anyone.
Random bum on the street?
I'll keep
What?
an eye on Lara.
What?
What?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I'm just gonna read my book.
Are we And I'm just gonna check just to be sure because I'm almost certain we would have mentioned this,
Wait.
but are Gretchen and oh boy, I forgot his name.
Probnar.
Robnar?
Yeah,
What?
yeah. Are they coming with us, or do they
Well,
know better?
You haven't told them anything about it, so
Wait, what time is it? Is it daytime?
It is morning.
it is
Yeah.
daytime. It is
Okay,
the
then never
morning.
mind. I'm not going to read. I am going to
Well,
get my money.
I mean, we.
Okay.
Never mind. Never mind.
What do
Okay.
you want me to do?
No,
What do you
I
think?
was gonna say something, but it'll be fine.
It's okay, okay. I'm just gonna go.
All right.
All right,
I'm
to
gonna
the
go panhandle.
library.
Again.
All right.
No
What
unnecessary
is-
casualties for the moment, I guess.
Ticker. As you leave, what was it? As you leave the Adobe kind of style house in which you guys live in, you see that there is now a shoot. I forgot what they're called. A place where you rope
A zip
a
line?
tether, if you will.
Oh, a tether.
That's
Okay.
and it's currently tethered to the front of your house is a giant tortoise.
Okay, I'll just give it a strange look.
It seems to be eating at the moment. Some strange form of lettuce.
Okay, I won't bother the tortoise.
All right.
I'm sure someone else will probably bother the tortoise when they leave.
Yeah.
Um.
It'd just be hilarious
I
that
guess
none of
my
us bother the tortoise. We're just all like,
We're just like, oh, it's
Oh,
there. Let's go.
every single one of us just kind of give it a weird look and then move on.
Yeah.
What is it? But yes. Paimon, do you bother the tortoise?
I do not bother the tortoise. I give it like the weirdest look and then just keep on going.
All right. Then.
Uh,
All right. So the two of you leave. Ticker, you make it down to the library. It is open. Congratulations.
Just a sec.
Ray.
You. So I assume you kind of walk in. It's
Yep.
another not busy day at the library. There's only a few other people in here at the moment. None of them really pay you any sort of heed whatsoever. And there's just that lone dragonborn sitting on the desk
I
writing
will approach
something.
the librarian, and I will ask him, would you happen to have any books on mythologies?
Uh, I believe I do. However, it is located in the archives section.
Remind me what, out of character, what, like, is he saying, like, it's an original that it would be like,
It's an original.
of course it is.
Is anyone else having John cut a little bit in and out?
Am I?
A little bit.
Okay,
It almost
Oh,
sounded like he got
okay.
away from the mic.
Yeah.
okay, is it better now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Better now.
Frick.
How much gold was that better membership again? It was that.
Yeah. It was
100
not cheap.
gold pieces.
Gold pieces.
Yeah, it was-
I mean, there was the one book in there. Okay, I don't like doing this, but I am a little bit like I feel like this is
Draft for
important.
cash.
I feel like this is an important thing to do, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna do it. So I'm gonna upgrade my card.
All right.
All right. now our little dragonborn friend goes over. Well, actually, just kind of, uh, well, twitches his corsage in such a way where it creates another duplicate who goes on, takes your card, gold plates it, and then brings it back to you.
All right. I would like to remind me, is the checking out can still be done with books in the archives, yes? Provided one has a gold card.
Yeah, but give me a moment. Let's see. Let's see. Uh, well, not necessarily give me a moment, but, um, but, yes, just be sure to check out at the front desk first.
Of course.
Oh.
I trust
All
you.
right. So,
Yeah, go ahead and continue.
all right. So, I assume you make it to your way to the archives where
Yep.
all the originals are kept.
Mhm.
All right. This place seems to be very, very
Whoops, didn't mean to do
organized,
that.
despite the fact that.
Ignore that.
Okay. All right. Despite the fact that all the documents in here are are, are very different sizes from one another. As in, there's no way that these books and books slash scrolls should fit in such a manner, but it's somehow fits this weird pattern.
Yeah, I assume the librarian is going to guide me like he did last time we were in the library.
Yes, the copy just kind of follows you around.
So yeah,
Is the copy following you, or are you following it?
Yes, I was. Yeah, I'll ask to be directed to that book that he mentioned.
Oh, so there is a old record of shipbuilding, as well as a guide on all things mechanical in airships, as well as a book that, as well as a book that seems out of place that talks about the Netherese.
Okay. Probably the. I'll ask the librarian copy which has the most information regarding Mythalars.
He copies you the book of, the second book, basically the general book of how, of airship maintenance.
All right.
All right.
I will thank him. Check out at the front desk. At the front desk, like you mentioned.
Yes. When you get the book to the front desk, the copy just kind of gets absorbed back into the Dragonborn, and then through a flash of purple, not purple, of amethyst light. Sorry, that's purple light. Never mind.
Amethyst star purple.
Yes. Sorry, I'm being silly at the moment.
No, it's all good.
An empty manuscript right beside you transcribes the entirety of the scroll in which you have requested in a book form, as the letters start shimmering onto the page until it becomes a solid black outline against the pages.
Okay.
Ah,
Not
so
the
he
weirdest.
keeps.
Not
so
the
he
weirdest
keeps-
thing the artificer has seen.
Hello.
Point there.
Uh,
All right, I will, check out like he said. Thank him. Take the book.
I'm assuming Ticker takes the copy, and the
Yes,
copy is effectively
the
temporary.
copy of the book.
Or at least that's how I think that's how this is working. Isn't that correct, Dungeon Master?
Yes.
Yep.
All right.
All right, I will put the book into the bag of holding.
And
Yeah.
make your way
Alright.
towards
Make
the
my
west
way
gate.
towards the west gate.
All right.
All
Make
right.
su- I'm gonna make sure Clara's got everything packed.
Paimon, make your one luck roll to see how well you can beg. Well, not
Oh
well,
goodness.
just the luck that you get from begging because you're not actively working, so we can't do charisma. So it's just a straight. Okay, 17. You managed to get yourself 5 gold pieces and 6 silver.
Alright, sweet.
Lovely.
I'm gonna make sure I have
Wonderful.
Alacritus Interpretation prepared.
Right.
Yes, Alacritus Interpretation is very useful. I do want to identify repairs still. I guess I'll prepare Cure Wounds for now.
Skirvo, you help prepare Clara
Hmm.
with the stuff that she has that she probably needs to bring.
Yep.
She's got her doll and she's got her jug, and she's got like a new pair of shoes. Was in the stuff that her sister gave her,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh, well, that's nice of her.
and a nice little backpack. Well, it's more like
All
a
right.
sack, a burlap sack. There we go. Because backpacks technically haven't been invented yet.
Well, they did have some kind of backpack, but it wasn't
Yeah.
the modern kind. It was basically just a very large rectangular basket with straps.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
backpacks are a thing in D&D gear.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
They're
I
in
mean, they're
most
not
equipment
exactly
packs.
they're not exactly hard to make. I mean,
Yeah, I think
you,
It's
you
just
just
a
need
bag
a bird.
with a couple ropes on it.
Yeah.
yeah,
There.
but I'm talking about like modern variant.
Oh yeah.
Well,
yeah.
yeah, that wouldn't be a thing, but you could have rucksack with a shoulder strap or a sling or
Yep.
something.
What is it? So, once again,
All right. And make
so
our way
not
towards
Tigger.
the.
Before we head out, I will ask Skirvo if we have sufficient supplies, because this is a very long excursion into the desert.
Come to think of it,
I mean, half the
I
place is
am
meat.
come to think of it, I'm not currently aware which of us still needs to eat.
Paimon
Um,
and Sadar, and that's it.
All right. What are their rations looking at?
Uh,
I have 35 cactus fruit,
And I have like 60 cactus. I have 65 cactus fruits.
and
I
I
could
also have 5
literally
sets of
make
rations.
food from trash, man.
But do you have
Yeah, but
trash
how
to
much
make it
trash
from?
we finding in the desert?
Yeah.
That's
You could be finding
true.
sand, nothing but sand. I also have 5 sets of rations for me.
Do you know there's a dude who survived alone in the Sahara Desert for 9 days?
Yeah.
Wow.
I guess I have 4 still.
Hmm.
And
Just been
we've got
eating,
a
like,
bazillion cactus fruit in the bag of holding. Okay,
Yeah.
so we
I
good.
still have a slice of bread, soup and bread, and a cup of water.
Oh,
We still have a bazillion. We still have almost 100 cactus fruits. So.
So,
Okay, yeah, we
we're
should
good.
be fine.
We're good. Okay.
All right.
And, yeah, cactus fruits should be like moist enough that
Mm-hmm.
that we won't die of dehydration. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, I'm a reptile. I'm used to hot, dry environments.
yeah, you're native
the
to this
alchemist-
desert.
The
Yeah, I'm
alchemist
like,
judge the alchemist jug takes care of our Clara problem.
Yep.
mm-hmm.
Skirvo's
that's
lasted
literally its
700
job.
years without maintenance. So
You're
he doesn't
literally a
need to start
robot.
now.
And
literally a robot.
And Ticker doesn't need to eat because psychic powers.
Mm-hmm. Magic.
So
Lovely.
yeah, I guess we're actually surprisingly well off on this.
Yeah.
Mhm. Let's
Like,
go then.
Right, yeah. Let's head our way. Give
We'll
a-
go. I see the
take
tortoise.
a-
I'm just like,
take a
what
double
is
take
that
at the
doing
tortoise
here?
while we're leaving.
I asked her to Skirbo, any idea what that's doing here?
None.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Like
Is
realistically,
there
it
a
probably
seeming
belongs to like
owner?
Russia or something.
Is there a seeming owner to the tortoise?
seem to be parked outside your house, and someone did seem to put like something to keep it there.
Ah,
Like realistically, it probably belongs to Gretchen and/or Brobnar.
probably.
But we're all just like, that yours? Nope, nope, nope. Must be a stray. Okay, move on. Next item of
It's
business.
either related to Gretchen or Brobnar, or it's only here temporarily. So,
Mhm.
Yeah.
unfortunately, because of the long journey we have, this is just not our problem right now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We need to go because like we
Yeah.
12
have
days.
probably 3 weeks tops until the gifts show up.
Yep.
Mhm. And it's going to take 12
So-
days to just go there and come back.
Yep. So, best make. Well, we best
Best
make
make haste.
way, as they say back in my day.
Indeed. Let's go.
Right.
Head for the
So-
west gate.
Get back on the
let's see.
rolling main.
So as you travel down the steps that, or at least as you spend half the day traveling down the long corridor of steps down the pyramid, um, you don't really see like a lot of things coming down. That is until you get to a certain point of the stairs when you see a conspicuous other group of people coming upwards.
The other team?
Yes.
Oh, lovely.
Ignore
Oh
them.
no
for now.
no. The C team.
Oh, it's
Oh,
there's
is
a-
it our backup characters?
Yes.
Oh,
Lovely.
As they
well,
come walking up the steps.
I probably should have told you something
Oh, and
about that.
Darren's also there. He's currently in chains at the moment.
Oh,
I, pro-
lovely.
I should have told you something about that, Spencer, because the backstory for my next character was literally he was was the backstory for my next character was something a bit so the funny thing is my next character, the plan was I was literally just going to play one of Skirvo's brothers, and he was
Oh.
coming here because he heard weird reports about an old sailor showing up, and he's trying to figure out who it is.
All right.
Is this before or
Congrats.
after Ticker rejoins the party?
This is after Ticker rejoins the party.
Okay.
Because you guys meet at the west gate, but the
Yeah,
west gate's not
yeah.
actually the west gate, it's the upper west gate. You know,
Mhm.
the gate that they stop you because everything below you is at night is going to kill you.
Yep.
Mhm.
And then the
You know, Skirvo's nighttime job.
Yep.
Mhm.
And the ogre that is a part of the C team is like trying to keep Theron company. Like he doesn't like that Theron is chained up. That's
Mhm.
really clear, and he's just there trying to keep him company.
We're gonna say the other party member, one of the other party members bought him as a slave.
Oh, okay.
You know,
I don't know
because
about
that's what happens to people that die here.
Roses. I
They
don't know
don't
much
pay
about
their
Morty's
debts.
personality, but of the characters that I do know of that of that party, it seems like mine would be the most likely to do that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, Morty
vain-
wouldn't.
a very
Captain
vain
Dreadfuse Captain
three-headed
Dreadfuse
dragon.
totally would have done that, though.
There's a very vain three-headed dragon, but it's very strange because the center and most of the body and so forth is red,
Well, you
but yet the
wouldn't
two other
wouldn't tell
heads
he
on
was
it.
vain. Well, you wouldn't tell he was vain, but like he would.
Well,
Like
yeah.
he'd be
But
like
he's talking
walking
and
with
things.
purpose and like
Mhm.
heads held
Freaking
high. And,
strutting,
Yeah.
strutting like he owns the place.
One
Yeah.
head's most of it's a red dragon, but there's a head of a bronze dragon and the head of a sapphire dragon also attached to the same creature.
So that's why that this party is very recognizable, because you guys look very different from the other inhabitants here.
and there
I'm
appe-
in literal
and there
cowboy
appears to be
gear,
what
man.
looks and because my backup character was literally another version of Skirvo, this one looks like what Skirvo probably should look like
Mhm.
instead of the dilapidated mess you see before you.
Mhm.
A fully fledged, repaired model.
Yeah.
Or just a model that never got beat up.
Yeah, exactly. Because like literally the story as far as the brother is concerned, this one is he's literally like he comes here, he knows what's going on with the others, so when he hears something about a ship with red sails in the desert, he's like, hang on, nobody I know with a ship that can do that has sailed for hundreds of years. So
You know,
they came here to check it out. And, and as far as they knew, Skirvo was dead.
We'll be
Right.
on that.
But
The
yeah,
bronzed head
you
is
guys just
adamantly
kind of
talking
pass
this
by each other. I
Warforged.
guess
Yeah.
As we
Skirvo,
pass,
make
I'll
a
go ahead.
what's it? A knowledge, a wisdom history check. There we go.
Why would I need to make a history check to remember my own brother?
It has been it's been like 1,000 years, man.
Right?
You gotta access that old original C drive
Yeah.
that you haven't used in probably
Gotta
987
get that
years.
Windows Vista up.
No,
Okay,
this
so
is like Windows
everyone's all
XP.
together, right?
Hang on.
Mhm.
All together.
I just
Okay,
nod
okay.
at the other Naga. So I just-
Mortimer
Mhm.
doesn't even pay attention to Sidar. He's just staring straight at Paimon.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
He's licking his chops and everything,
That's
and then
funny.
turning away, and then looking back, then turning away, then looking back.
I forgot about
just
that
wanna be
with
like,
Mortimer.
I know, kinsman.
All
Yeah,
right.
just
Every time
very
he turns
tasty.
away, he's like, "No, I'm vegan." Looks
It's a-
back.
It's
No,
a
I'm
sh-
vegan.
it's a shame that Paimon and Mortimer can't be in the same party.
He's gonna be complaining the whole time that he's craving mice, but that he's vegan.
I'm sitting here like, all right, Spencer's gonna make
see-
me roll a roll to
I'll
remember
see,
my
like,
own brother.
The
Freaking
pain
roll
on-
a nat 20. Oh yes, yes, I remember so much about
The
them.
next sequence kind of plays out like this.
It's
Skirvo
like the
puts his
Spider-Man
left
pointing
hand
at
up,
Spider-Man
the-
meme.
Yeah.
as they
You!
start spouting serial numbers at each other.
So this
Bloody
is your,
hell! I thought you were dead.
so this is your
I thought you
flexo.
were dead.
This is flexo.
Yeah. I hadn't really decided whether I wanted this one to be Captain Dreadfuse or one of the other, like, 15 that are still running. It's, but the point is, they're just, they seem very jolly to see each other.
All right.
As Skirvo introduces his brother to his new surrogate daughter, apparently.
Yeah. I just like see Mortimer's like oh, what's that? Not pay, but like conflict in a conflict. I'll be like, I know, kinsman. It is very taxing on my patience too. And then my own
Talking
tongue sort
about
of-
children? I ain't talking
My-
about children.
my own tongue just flicks out and licks my chops as I'm staring down at Paimon.
Oh no, sir, I'm vegan. I'm vegan, pal. I can't have mice anymore.
Interesting life choice.
But I mean, I crave it sometimes.
Interesting
It
life
sucks,
choice.
but it do be like that sometimes, you know? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, I knew you knew. I knew you knew.
The other captain, it's like, who's your first mate? Oh, well, it'd be Mr. Ticker over there. They turn over. It's just like, the other captain's gonna take Ticker to the side. Just be like, hey, where did you find him?
In a cave, on an island with a prison, banging his head against the wall without his legs.
He was banging his head. That's
He
right.
was always he was always the most stubborn of us. That's why all of us were so shocked when we heard he was gone.
I'm amazed he's still functioning.
he peeks back at Skirvo. You and me both, son. You and me both. I'm gonna have to tell the others about this. Also, have
you
you
see a reptilian tile tapping on your
also-
shoulder?
and
You're like, there's a bronze head. Like, why are you talking
the
to
other
him?
one the other one
Why are you
clearly
why are you
gets a bit
related to
more
this other robot?
the other one clearly gets a bit more hushed towards Ticker. It's like, by the way, has anyone, just kind of twiddles his fingers near its cranial unit? It's gonna with him flashing like that. I'm not sure he's had. Does he know what's happened? Does he know what's happening back at home?
He recently found out. It was something of an existential crisis.
My advice: you might want to get. How are your programming skills, son?
Rusty.
Well, get him good. My advice: you might want to fix that sooner rather than later. Oh, but, don't don't tell him what you're doing. You don't want Protocol 6 coming on you.
He just kind of subtly nods.
Yeah. This thing is. Yeah, this guy's clearly warning you about something. So
Don't tell Skirbo. I was actually planning on telling Skirbo, so it's a good thing to know I don't tell Skirbo.
yeah, it's better to not tell Skirbo that you're about to fiddle with his brain. That you need to fiddle with his brain.
Yeah.
Right.
But yes.
There's very insistent tapping on his shoulder
Yeah.
from a draconic thing.
They spend a little bit catching up. Skirvo explains to his brother what their current mission is, and other one expresses delight that the Duchess is still running as well. They talk about the other ship for a little bit, and more or less, because I assume Spencer's going to want it to go that way, so that he doesn't have to contend with two teams of player characters running the field. We'll go our separate ways.
I'm sure they're off doing their own thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
While we're passing
also-
by, Mortimer is going to subtly just hand Serdar a small dime bag full of mysterious powder that's kind of glittery and everything.
By the by, brother, did you perhaps buy Mr. Theron? Well, you know this one.
Oh,
Take
okay.
care of him.
Theron's backstory for the last couple of weeks. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're reawakened. Okay, so Brad, Theron was reawakened from stasis, brought back into the living realm after going through some kind of weird soul experience that elves don't go through normally when they die.
Poor guy.
So what was? Oh,
Oh, great.
dang it!
Of course
Dang
it did. You're going into the backstory of Brad's character and his.
He's not even there.
He's not even here.
Okay, but the thing. Oh, never mind. He's not even here too. Okay, sorry. I was going to say what I passed to Serdar. John, you know what I passed to Serdar.
The last word I heard was backstore, and then my
yeah.
computer just.
I completely forgot about that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Theron
So
being
this is the same Mortimer then.
That is the same Mortimer.
What happened?
But yeah, so Brad, when Theron died, he went through a kind of soul experience that elves normally don't go through when they die. Something about some sort of weird darkness.
And he's gone.
He's gone again.
Clearly, this backstory's cursed, Spencer. Think of another one.
Oh, wait. Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
I think of another.
Okay.
You good?
Yeah, when my computer finished booting up, it decided to drop me from the phone connection to the computer connection, and then didn't fully
Okay,
connect.
Spencer's got a
I
less
understand.
cursed backstory. Go.
All right. So your soul got pulled back into reality, but by some couple of clergy-looking people, and they asked, "Hey, do you have the money to pay for this?" Theron said no, and so then like this tiny like goblin woman, not Gretchen, but like more haggard, actually looks a mixture between a goblin and a hag, just like comes up to you, just starts like, let's say, just gets this knife and starts carving something into your chest, and now you feel compelled to do whatever she says. The next couple of weeks are very terrible. She was trying to market you as some kind of several different kinds of slaves until finally some dragon, some dragonborn was like, "Yeah, I'll buy this one." So you're a slave until Theron's debt has been repaid, and constantly you've been thinking, "Oh, my other teammates will surely give me back the money that's mine from this whole contract thing," but you haven't heard from them since, and this is
We
your
didn't recover his
first time
body, so.
seeing.
Lovely. Lovely.
So, yes. Now you see them again. What would Theron do in this scenario?
He's angrily scowling.
Oh,
Does
I
he
should
just like
mention.
Skirvos now.
I should mention that Theron is looking also a bit skinnier at this time, but also a bit more buff.
Mm.
They'd be
Lean.
making you do hard labor.
Mm. Does does he still have like some of his equipment, like the bow and like a bow
Oh,
of
he
some
doesn't
kind?
have any of his equipment.
Nothing. Okay. Nothing. Nothing. Okay. I was like, it might just send an arrow by Skirvo's head or something like that. But no, I guess he doesn't do
It's
that.
worth mentioning. It's worth mentioning that none of his injuries are fresh. Like I imagine he would have some scratches. None of them are particularly fresh, because since he's been a slave in this party, he's been kept safe by an abjuration wizard.
Oh, lovely.
Yes.
Lovely. No. He just after seeing Skirvo gets cursed out, but for like a good 10 for like the entire time he's there in Elvish. Just angry, cursed ranting.
As as Skirvo and shoot.
Dreadfuse.
Yes.
Skirvo and
Or
Dreadfuse. We'll just go with
or just having a conversation with one another. Don't care at
just
all.
like, and then
I will
eventually Dreadfuse just goes. Good Lord, brother, did you actually drop the Duchess on him?
There are a couple times where though he does mention that stupid dwarf with the beard. That he's going to make a rug out of his beard.
Just forgot to mention that if you're running around, watch out for some Warforged lass with a porcelain exterior. Porcelain? Yes, I thought it was ridiculous as well. Quite the vain one. That she's very
Captain
touchy about
Dreadfuse
it.
has seen this other person and is actually recalls fond memories of her.
So Dreadfuse has actually had a decent encounter with her.
You know, because Dreadfuse doesn't look ragged.
Yeah, he probably doesn't look quite as nice because pirate, but he doesn't look like he's falling apart either.
Yeah. And I would
With
like
a
to
wet
point out
face.
the main difference, other than him being pretty much pristine looking, at least in comparison to Skirvo, is that Skirvo generally well, I mean, you can tell that Skirvo's clothing is supposed to be blue. Dreadfuse is red.
Oh,
So there is that visual difference between the two. Other than that, they look almost exactly alike,
Lovely.
which is probably why and they sound very similar too, which is gonna cause some issues for people. Just it's just, did you really drop the Duchess on him? Well, I didn't mean to hit him. I meant to hit the other one.
Zadar just confused, be like,
So
"Other
you bloody
one?"
kill hold someone on dry land? You're bloody hell, Skirvo. That's gotta be the craziest thing I've heard you do since we killed that queen. Oh, don't even start on that.
but yes.
Oh, the queen.
Oh. The queen.
The queen. The queen is dead.
Captain, we
Yeah.
really should be going. We don't have very
Yeah.
Yes.
long.
Yes.
Yes,
We
very-
have much to go, and not much time to do it in.
Yes. Well, it's good catching up with you, brother. Once I get. Yes, you as well. By the way, once you finish up everything you're doing here, I need to introduce you to the others. You could use some parts. That's be true.
Ticker mutters something about like it's on the list, but keeps getting pushed down.
Yeah.
Like basically,
Looks
you know,
at the
I'm
user.
meaning to do it. It just I haven't had time to do it yet because something else keeps coming up.
Yep.
As more things keep getting added to the list.
Yeah. God, it's just funny being able to portray one of Skirvo's brothers just being like, "You need some parts, man."
But yes, you guys, the party, or at least, the C team, continues their way up the steps, doing their usual, goodbyes to you, and you say goodbye to them, and you guys travel out the main west gate, where it opens up to the desert.
Yep.
Lovely.
And you travel for the second half of the day, and nothing particular happens. Because most things are dead around the pyramid. That is until it is evening, and you get to actually, and then it's evening, and
Oh, Spencer just left roll 20.
what?
You just left roll 20, Spencer.
Oh, did I?
Mm-hmm.
There you are.
There you're back.
I think that's because I clicked off of it. All right. But yes. So, so you guys, so yes, you guys make it the first night. I'm not going to tell you guys to do watches. We're going to go by this fast. I mean, if you want to do watches, you can.
I actually
tell you
want to
right
do
now.
something during the first night.
Yeah.
So I'm going to, like, wherever Skirvo is, I'm going to sneak up on him.
All right.
Hmm.
I'm gonna have to. All right.
This will be after I cast Digital Phantom, which basically makes me so that when I hack him, he doesn't know about it. But I still have to stealthily move up to him. So yeah,
All right, make a stealth check.
I have
And,
advantage because I have my infiltrator armor that gives me that.
Okay, you're gonna have to beat a 15.
I beat a 15.
That
Excellent.
16 says that he does.
All right, I will. Right now, I'm just gonna go in and look around.
Yeah.
See what it'll take
Alright.
to basically make him an unshackled AI.
Yeah, you're gonna undo the restrictions on his primary programming.
Yeah, right now I'm just going in to look around. I'm not actually doing the hacking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
So I assume that's a Tinker's Tools check.
Yeah.
I'm watching the first part of this with fascination, then I just shrug and then go to sleep.
25.
Right. With a 25, you can see that the interior of this is filled with what's it? Is very, very much degraded over time. You are surprised that this thing can even function with how much salt is in here. Normally,
Well, like in
these
the
things are built.
code,
Oh.
what would it take? This is more like a Tinker's Tools as hacking. Like I'm
Okay.
messing with the
He's
code.
literally
Alright, as
looking at the
hacking.
digitals. He's literally looking at the digital side of things, which
Yes.
is likely still a freaking mess. Not only, and that's not even mentioning the fact that he's using a programming language that nobody uses anymore.
Yeah.
Like dots or something like that.
Um, However, I think a 25 would still like.
Yeah. It's still a
beat that
25
top
on the
roll.
check, so
Yeah.
All right. So you look through it. You realize that a lot of his capacitors can't, or at least can't really change a lot of his code without a couple of new parts. As far as like code that you can change, it seems to you built into some sort of firewall, and that firewall is connected to a outlet that doesn't lead anywhere. That just goes into open space.
okay, so what does that mean for like how difficult it would be to unshackle him?
Unshackle him. It would take probably about what's it? So I feel like this would take like some sort of intelligence roll. I just don't know what it would be.
Yeah.
Arcana maybe?
Arcana. Let's go with that. We're gonna say an Arcana check of about 23.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's pretty difficult.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do
It's
it
pretty
yet.
difficult. It is this is once again a device that is super old in a language that is no longer used in any sort of robotics whatsoever, and is done by a people who are long since dead.
Yes.
Yep. Meanwhile, Skirvo is just in sentry mode, so he's just got a yellow eye scanning back and forth.
All right, I was just going in to look around this time. I'm not actually going to hack him
Touch
right
anything.
now. Yeah, I was just going in to look around this time. I'll probably hack him later.
Yeah. It is likely incredibly fascinating to Ticker, seeing how
Yeah.
Skirvo actually runs in his mind.
Yep. And then I will spend the rest, or at least part of the rest, I would like to cast Ritually Alacritous Interpretation, which lets me read at a rate of 50 pages per minute.
All right.
And I'm going to read the book.
Okay. What is it? So you read the book at a lightning fast page, turning the page once every 1 point something seconds.
Yeah.
You now know the ins and outs of several classic designs of air ships, where to place the Mythalar substance when you finally get to that point, how to hook up the Mythalar substance to any sort of substrate in the ship, and how to counterbalance weight, and how to work it as a anti-gravity sort of device as well as a gravity device at the same time.
Okay, now
It
that
does mention many warnings of like, do not touch the power source directly.
all right, now that I have read that, can I make that history check?
Yes.
Please give me a good roll. Please give me a good roll. Please give me a good roll. 22.
Woo!
So you
Yeah.
remember some certain details of the past that perhaps maybe, oh yeah, I remember one of my brothers died from
Well, I'm
the
gonna say
hookup device.
let me just don't say it right now. I know what it is. I'm actually gonna say it in character in a little bit. So
Yeah.
Alright.
I've been kind of scripting it out in my head as to what I want to say in character. But if anyone is like looking at Ticker at this time, which they aren't because everyone's asleep.
Well,
But if
Except for
Skirbo's
Skirvo, who's looking in the
patrolling.
opposite direction.
well, yeah, if he's within Skirbo's eyesight, which I don't really know if he would be, he
Well,
gets
Skirbo
like
is
a distant look in his eyes.
1,000 yards.
Yeah,
Damn.
1,000-yard stare.
Skirbo turns around and while in patrol and then notices exits patrol mode and just, what is it, Mr. Ticker?
I remembered something. We should wait for everyone else to awaken, so that I can tell everyone at once.
Very well. Re-enters sentry mode and continues his patrol.
The two of you spend the night in different sets of 1,000-yard stares.
Different varieties of
What's your
1,000-yard
usual thing?
stairs.
Well, now there are. One is because their mind has gone blank. The other is from pure horror.
Yes, because he just remembered a traumatizing memory that he had repressed.
Oh, lovely.
Clara has spent the night just kind of messing around with the sand, kind of
Yay.
using a little bit of the blood to create a tiny little sand castle.
Okay.
Ah, fun.
And kind of
Yeah.
strange. Anyways, it is daytime. Clara is a bit groggy, but has found herself underneath her acquired umbrella.
Yep.
So it's not that close. Paimon, you wake
Yes?
up. You see the two idiots of your party looking stupid at the moment, as they don't seem to be responding to any sort of visual stimuli.
What do you mean? Skirbo is literally patrolling.
Well,
Yes,
stationary, but
but you're also not. You're stationary while doing it.
yeah. You have to be motionless while you're in Sentry's Rest.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
Skirbo would have woken up before Paimon, because Sentry's Rest only lasts 6 hours.
Yep.
This is true.
Oh,
Oh,
all right.
okay.
So Skirbo's up and at him and just waiting for everyone else to be awake so that he can put the ship away and make way.
Oh, you never said you took out your ship.
Well, I mean, that's how we've been camping from now on.
Yeah,
Oh,
Might as well.
because it's
Okay.
safer.
That's
sorry. I
that's
thought
literally
you
how
all
our
just,
camp
like,
works.
all right.
So
Never
Skirbo,
mind.
does Skirbo do watch from like the crow's nest when he's on Sentry's Rest, or
I would imagine he does it from the helm.
Maybe, what do you
Yeah.
could do it from the helm? On crow's nest would give you a better viewpoint.
Yeah, but
Maybe.
It would, but it'll change depending on the night because it'll depend more on the scenery.
True.
Yeah.
Besides, being closer to the actual ship means he can act immediately.
True. Yep.
So
Anyways,
Yeah. Continue our journey towards
When I
place.
wake up, is Ticker still at his 1,000-yard stare when the
Yeah.
two of us who actually sleep?
He hasn't moved since
I just
he finished the book.
slid over and set a hand on his shoulders like,
All right,
"You
all right,
seem
everyone.
troubled, my friend. What happened? What has happened?"
Gervo's gonna lean into and snap his fingers in front of Ticker's face. Obviously, doesn't
He
make a snapping noise.
well, yeah, but he shakes his
Wank.
head and it's like it's still a pretty horrible noise, and he just like I imagine it would be like the sound of like metal grinding against metal.
Yup.
And Ticker just shakes his
Son-
head, and the look in his
son-
eyes kind of fades a little bit.
Yeah. You all right, lad?
Everyone, if I have,
Yeah, John.
this is an in character thing.
All right.
I have bad. How do I even say this? We are in search of mythalars, and I didn't remember what a mythalar was exactly. I knew it was something important, something possibly dangerous, but I didn't really know. At least I didn't remember.
Is Ticker sitting?
Yeah, he's sitting down.
All right. So Skirbo's gonna get down on a knee and look him dead in the optics.
My people are a spell jamming people. Most of us live on the astral sea or on various planes like the Outlands. We don't tend to travel, at least not my tribe. We don't tend to travel the material plane often. And I was exiled from there in my adolescence, and there really isn't a better way to put this. Before I was exiled, one of my clutchmates and I, we were apprenticing to the ship's engineer. We were working in the engineering deck. We hit a rough the ship hit a rough patch in the waves of the Philostogen, and my brother bumped into the ship's core, the Mythalar. The 1,000-yard stare comes back. His screams haunted me for years. To touch a Mythalar is to die. So when we find them, do not lay a finger upon them. You will die painfully and horribly.
That is good to know. But why would you use such a violent power source?
They are immense sources of arcane power. Virtually the only thing that can channel enough power to make a spelljammer fly, especially in atmosphere.
Ah,
Oh, then. This now presents the issue. This now presents a new issue. We're going to have to load the Mythalar onto the ship.
Well, Mythalars often have containment units, and those are safe to touch. And I imagine these had particularly extensive ones, as any object that touches a Mythalar is also destroyed, meaning that if they were transferred on a ship, they would need some sort of containment so that they didn't accidentally destroy the ship.
Sounds like Mr. Turner may have been good for something, then. Then again, the ship was wrecked when it was found.
Let us hope that
perhaps
the
a small
Mythalars.
piece of containment.
Let us hope that the Mythalars are contained well enough that this is not an issue.
Well, at this point, we have no choice but to head out for ourselves and see.
Mm-hmm. Tell me, does the Mythalar also get destroyed or used up when this reaction happens?
No, the reaction happens as a result of the arcane energy. No being, no object is built to withstand that much energy. It's less a result of the Mythalar itself and more simply the energy destroys it or them.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
We must be very cautious then.
Extremely.
Come, we must be going before the sun gets any higher.
He
Yes.
kind of rises and yeah, he'll walk, he'll move around, but
But it's sort of like
he
partially
doesn't
kind of panic.
yeah, he doesn't really say much.
Turbo's gonna nudge
Turbo's
Clara
gonna-
over to Ticker.
I'm sorry. I think I heard the same thing that Maddie heard.
What?
We just heard nut.
No. Wow, you two are awful.
So he just
Oh.
so he just
Stopped at that point.
Tinker.
I mean, clearly. All right, you two. Time for prison.
Oh.
Okay.
Lightning comes out of nowhere and strikes Tyburn.
So, you done?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay.
All right.
Are you sure about this?
Yes, just keep on going. I'll be fine.
Perhaps. Yeah, it was a little chuckle, if you will.
Yeah.
Mm.
That was not a chuckle, and you know it. Don't lie
And
to
that wasn't
yourself.
Whittle. And that wasn't Whittle.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, so let us head on our way towards the many-day journey ahead of us.
You
I think
guys
this is
have
2 of 6.
5 more days, so day 2 of 6.
Yep.
You guys travel always. The expanse of the desert seems never ending. Unlike the north side in which you were previous on, when there were a bunch of rocks and canyons to look past, there is nothing but an endless ocean of sand. That is, until you start seeing something. A lonely tree and a slight shimmering from the ground.
Do I
Is
know
it
anything
in-
of this tree?
Alright. I guess, like, everyone make a survival check. Except
Okay.
for Sidar, who makes it with advantage.
Make the what? Okay.
I'm going to make it with disadvantage because issues in my mind.
Survival.
Understandable.
Okay.
Yes,
my
and that
God.
one.
Oh
Yep.
my God!
Alright, nat
Are
20.
you seeing this? 2 nat
16.
20s? Really? In a
Oh?
row?
Wait, do it one more time.
Me? Or
No. Skirvo,
Yes.
do it one more time.
Why?
We're just checking.
All right. Okay.
Good.
Still a really high roll.
I mean, we're still counting that 20. Okay.
Oh, you
Yeah,
were just making sure
So,
that I wasn't just
Sadar
every
is
single
like
time.
trying to think of recalling knowledge off of his head, and then Skirvo just blurts out, "Ah, yes, water ahead." As in the distance, you notice the telltale signs of an oasis.
Ah,
So it's actual water and not heat mirage. That is good to know.
yes. Seems to be water. Is it actually in our path, or?
It is in your path. It doesn't be between it whatsoever.
All right.
Oh
I guess there's-
no.
Hmm.
Out of character, I'm a little bit worried, but in character, not one.
Yeah.
That one. It's like, oh yeah, we'll just believe it.
Yeah.
You guys get
With me knowing the desert, would
Yeah.
I have any way of knowing if this was an actual oasis or if this was just a mirage or an illusion brought on by like madness and heat stroke and the like?
what was it? Are we going with the knowledge that you have the local area mapped with like the back of your hand?
Well, maybe a
Yeah, I guess this
little,
does
like
make
if these
sense.
things happen at all, but just in general, is there any way of like just knowing the desert? If there's a way to tell between illusions that come from heat stroke madness and actual oases? Also, do I know if these actually happen on this plane, or if it's entirely just someone else
I
magic?
mean, they should happen on this plane because your town is in. Well, there's an oasis in your town.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. All right, but is there any way to like tell between, like heat stroke kind of madness, if it, man dying in the desert sees water versus it's actually there?
Well, yeah, there's a difference. Usually, it takes a lot longer, for heat stroke to kind of set in.
True.
Yeah.
Also, it wouldn't be setting it as bad for Sadar because he's native to
Well,
this
yeah, no,
place.
not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not for me.
And I seriously don't see how it could affect Skirvo, considering he doesn't even need water in the first place.
Yeah.
Fair
That
enough.
is a lie. You know that you need water. You are a pirate.
Your boat
Listen,
needs
I
water
will.
to float.
You need water more than anyone else here. A pirate on land is just a thief.
Listen here, Sonny. You listen here. I what I what I need is the wind in my hair and an adventure under my boots. And here, and right now, Skirvo is more or less probably just commenting on how this is very familiar, because despite the fact that this is a lot drier than his usual excursions, visually this is going to be extremely familiar to him. An
Yes.
endless sea of one thing going on for what seems like ever.
I mean, I feel
You
like
are
Skirbo would have
becoming
spent some time on the elemental plane of water, so
Yeah.
You are
Okay.
becoming a sailor's worst nightmare. Landlubber.
Okay. Partially related question. Do I know if there's any particular things to be cautious about or wary about when going to any oasis in this general region?
In this general region, well, you understand that beyond this region, there is I guess, like, what was it? Make a history check. There we go. With like advantage.
17.
All right, 17 is good enough. So you remember from like past stories inside of your guild's house that you kind of work at sometimes with the other harbingers, that beyond this area is another tribe that lives in a extensive cactus forest. Though you personally have never been this direction, there is talks of like an oasis, but nobody ever plans on building anything near it, and you don't know why.
it definitely sounds like a bad omen to me. But Ticker is not thinking right to say that.
Yeah.
No,
Let's speak up.
it's-
Keep
Skirbo's-
your eyes aware. There are rumors of another group that builds in a cactus forest somewhere beyond here. The rumors also speak of an oasis in this general vicinity, but no one builds here. I don't know why,
Is it really?
but it can't be good.
No. It cannot. It's never wherever opportunity lies, someone will take it. And when you see and when you have legends of an opportunity that nobody takes, well, that's nothing. Well, in my old sailor's eye, that's nothing but a dark omen. It's best we steer clear for now.
Perhaps.
But it's in your general direction.
Yeah.
It is like the direction you need to go.
Well, we can still go
Yeah.
around it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As
make
you
our-
guys get closer to it, you finally understand the reason why people don't go to this oasis. It's muddy. It is incredibly muddy.
Ah.
Oh.
I'd do it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Proceed around the oasis.
Quicksand.
What is it? Well, as like the mid-afternoon sun travels through the sky, your shadows begin to cast their long shadow as they usually do. Everyone, make a perception check.
At disadvantage for me.
19.
Still rolled really freaking
Ah.
good.
Damn.
eyes failing.
That's a 27 actually. It's not a crit, but it is a 27.
All right. Okay. I guess like Sadar and wait, hold up. What are these things called?
And Tigger.
And Ticker. You begin to hear some scurrying sounds coming from behind you.
Okay.
I look that way.
Yep.
Actually,
look that way.
how far back? How far back are we hearing the sounds?
Well, let's just say as you guys pass the oasis, it seems that something is following you. Many somethings.
Yeah, but how far away does it sound like they are?
Well, after a period of time, they seem to be within 50 feet of you.
Okay.
I'll turn around and just look at it.
Yeah. I was like, if it's far away, then I'll send my flying snake. If it's not, then I'll just turn around and look.
It's not too far away, but they do seem to be scurrying at give me a second. Oh, that's what they're called. Or at least that is the scientific name. They seem to be some strange spider type things that seem to be following you like en masse. Make your nature check if you want to.
Oof. 10.
No. Not one.
So with that 10, the only thing that you can think of is like the weird scientific name that someone gave them. They're called solifuges.
Oh yeah.
Called what?
A solifuge.
Uh-huh.
So
Do I know anything about it other than its strange scientific name?
Its strange scientific name. You know. Oh, they're not actually spiders. They're like scorpions in a lot of ways. But people call them spiders for some reason.
Okay. Do I know if they are dangerous?
With that 10, no.
Okay.
And
With
with
an
Skirbo's 11, no. But they're chasing you, and
Oh,
it does
lovely.
seem it's like I guess like for the audience out there, these are what people call camel spiders.
Camel spiders. Okay.
Camp what?
Camel spiders.
Oh, camel spiders. Okay.
As you are being chased by around, let's say, 50 of them.
Are they
Are they
big?
tiny? Are they small? Are they medium, large?
They are sizable. They are bigger than. Okay, so you know, like how there was like a myth of people thinking that they're actually really huge, but they're actually only like 5 inches long. These are the actually huge ones. They are 10 inches in size instead of 5 inches.
Wow, that's a big spider.
Yeah.
That is a
Ah,
very big spider. Yeah, that
Scorpion,
What
actually.
the heck?
well, scorpion. Yeah, that's still massive.
yeah.
Yep. And you're being chased by 50 of them.
50. Oh, lovely. It's a swarm.
Oh goodness.
My mouse
Um,
disappeared.
Okay, I have a bomb.
Is our surrounding just are our surroundings just
It's
endless
open desert. Endless desert. The
Mhm.
only thing that you see with you right now is what was it? Is the other camel spiders and your shadows.
Are they crawling into our shadows?
Well, no, they're chasing you.
Oh yeah, that's right. Our shadows
They're
are in
50
front of
feet
us right
away.
now.
Yeah. Are they moving faster than us though?
Okay.
Faster than your walking pace, yes.
Okay.
Skirvo's just gonna. I have a way I can solve this pretty quickly.
Boat smash.
Yeah.
Don't do it. It failed miserably last time. It's gonna fail miserably this time.
It
Mhm.
could.
Just
It
don't.
could.
Just don't, Joey.
You're right.
Yeah,
You're
well.
right. I know Spencer will want to mess this up because he hates fun.
Not because I hate fun, it's because you know dang well if you throw a freaking bottle, you're not gonna do it like a quarterback. You're gonna throw it by the neck, which means it's gonna go anywhere.
Yeah, you can argue that all you want. Lowing roll is never how it works. And when it is how it works, you clear it with the players beforehand.
Anyways,
See?
So,
Have you ever thrown a ship before?
moving on. Moving on.
yeah, moving
Moving
on.
on.
That rolling method was still wrong, but moving on.
It was gonna be too simple.
Moving
folks.
on, there was so yes, I guess I'll just grab Clara and pick up the pace.
Mhm.
Alright.
About how fast, how soon, how long? That's the word I mean to look for. How long will it take them to catch up to us?
Well, judging by Skirbo's speed, who's going faster than everyone else, they won't be able to catch up. However, according to everyone else's normal walking speed, it'll take like 50 feet away. If you guys continue at normal walking speed, it'll take them at least another 3 rounds, so 18 seconds.
Okay, yeah, I will
Okay.
speed up as well.
I'll speed up, and
I'm
if they get within 20 feet, I'm going to cast invisibility on myself.
I am going to climb up Skirvo.
All right, running with the kids.
Okay.
I have tiny legs. I can't go.
So, with this new increase in speed, you manage to outrun the swarm of camel spiders, who still seem to be traveling towards you.
So they haven't given up the chase.
They haven't quite given up the chase.
Best
Mhm.
best thing to do with potential predators is keep going till they tire themselves out. So just keep
Yep.
going.
Mhm. Yeah.
Alright. You guys continue to run for a period of about 4 hours. When it gets towards evening, each of you suffer a level of exhaustion,
Fair enough.
Okay.
except for Paimon, because you are
Hey!
riding Skirbo.
Yep.
And then, when evening comes around and the desert sun goes off into the sunset, they stop chasing you.
All right.
Lovely.
What?
Fun fact. Fun fact: did you know that camel spiders only chase people because they need shade?
Yes, I did know that.
Because
That's
they
why I
don't see.
asked.
Oh,
That is literally why I asked.
oh well.
Oh well.
Oh well.
Yep.
There were spiders coming after us. We ain't gonna stick around to see what they want.
Mhm.
Stick
Especially big old
around till
10-inch
they
spiders.
get next to you.
Those great big old
And
10-inch ones.
with those crap rolls, we wouldn't have known that their jaws aren't even remotely powerful enough to pierce human flesh.
Mhm.
Yeah, let alone metal or insect person chitin.
Yep.
Yeah, metal scales, chitin.
Fur.
Well,
But
Paimon was sort of climbing on you, so it would have been the snake, the insect, and the robot that
Yep.
could have gotten bitten.
Yep.
Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Never mind. Yes, I have liar proficiency. Never mind. Moving on.
I mean, you're an
Liar
artist, but
proficiency.
you have every kind of tool proficiency.
No, I have 5
you
tool
guys-
proficiencies.
Let's see. You guys set up camp. The
Lovely.
solifuges, the camel spiders, just kind of hang out
Yep.
around the area. Start eating some smaller insects. That is until something comes out of the sands.
Uh-oh.
6 giant scorpions.
Oh, lovely. Good thing we're safe on the ship. Well,
The giant
relatively safe.
scorpions
Yeah.
pay no heed to you. They look to the camel spiders and begin
Alright.
their feast.
Okay.
Nom nom.
Such is the
Okay.
cycle of nature.
Let them have their fun, but keep an eye on the scorpions. Make sure they don't come any closer.
Next time on Animal Planet.
Ugh.
You know what was the most unnerving documentary I've ever seen? It was one where it's like I think it was a baby turtle. Yeah, they were baby turtles or something of that nature. They were on the beach and they're just trying to get into the water. But they had to avoid all these snakes coming out of everywhere to try to eat them. And it's just it was genuinely terrifying because it was like everywhere there was a shadow, suddenly an entire snake would come slithering out of it. And it was just like it was just one of the most unnerving things as you're just like, ah! Anyways, continue our night rests.
Tigger
Yes.
spends the night working on something and doesn't respond to any direct inquiries during the night as to what
Yep.
it is.
Yep. Just keep watch on them scorpions.
The scorpions continue their feast. But what is this in the distance? It seems to be a giant bird. A giant bird picks up one of the giant scorpions and flies off. Since everyone is asleep, save B for Skirvo.
What?
Yes, you were the only one awake to witness this.
Yeah.
Oh, the only one awake that isn't
Giant
busy
bird.
doing something.
Well,
Yeah.
I imagine Kicker would probably be down inside one of the interior rooms inside the ship to do
Well,
whatever
yeah,
it is he's
probably.
doing.
Hopefully not next to the powder room.
Skirvo just sort of out loud asks himself, where the hell does that thing nest?
Well, the powder room is probably empty right now.
Yeah,
Probably.
You have a point.
there's a lot of empty rooms on this ship.
But yes. No one's going to believe you, Skirvo.
He's had crazier tales.
But yes, so a giant bird picks up a giant scorpion and then flies off in the general direction that you're supposed to go.
Oh, lovely.
Okay.
What are you setting up the Helmarock King?
Maybe.
God.
Does anyone have a hammer?
Yeah, and I'll keep a closer eye on Clara. She doesn't have blonde hair.
Mhm.
Well, she has pointy ears.
I do
but-
have a hammer.
What? Wait, is her hair blonde? We're in trouble if her hair's
No, her
blonde.
hair is black.
Her hair is
Okay.
black, just like her dad's
I have a
and
hammer.
her sister.
All
So-
right.
That's probably as big as me.
Good. That's exactly the size of hammer we need.
All right.
You all have both a regular hammer and a sledgehammer.
All right.
Well,
Perfect.
we need a hammer
You
that's
guys-
about the same size as a child because that's the hammer that can break open the mask on the Helmerot King.
Oh
Yeah,
my
all right,
goodness.
we're good. All right, we're good. We can care. All right, good. We can fight the Helmerot King. We're good.
Do we have a
Congrats.
barrel
You
for
guys
Paimon to
have,
hide in?
Yes.
But sadly, the
You
ship
guys
doesn't
have
have a
arms.
catapult.
Yeah,
we did-
yeah, that's the one thing. We got all the ingredients except the catapult, and I could have catapulted the child into the fortress, and the child
Wait
could
a
have
second.
hammered the bird.
Tinker is an artificer, and catapult is a spell on the artificer list.
Have a motor.
We could just have Tinker cast catapult on the barrel that Paimon is in and yeet.
Okay, what were you saying,
Uh,
Spencer?
But yes, you guys have survived the first test. Because you didn't kill the things that the scorpions ate, the scorpions aren't going to eat you.
Oh, okay.
All
And
right.
because we didn't kill the scorpions, the bird isn't going to eat us.
It is now daybreak. Clara is sleeping as usual.
Yep.
It is now the beginning of day 3.
Day 3 of the journey. Let's. Skirvo begins the pack up procedures for the long haul. He's lamenting at the fact that if this were an actual voyage, they would have been moving regardless of whether or not people were sleeping.
Mhm.
It's like if we were in the ocean, we would have. If this were ocean, we would have made it here in 2 days' time.
Well, soon enough,
Yeah.
we can fly.
Yeah. Just keep pace with the wind. So, anyways, continue our journey into the unknown abyss of the desert. With
Yep.
the harsh sun raining down upon us and probably making
Technically not
Skirvo-
really on Skirvo because Skirvo has a hat on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's
Yeah.
probably still like uncomfortable to touch though because,
Right.
hot metal.
Mhm.
Burning metal.
Yep. As someone whose whole job is literally that, picking up pieces of metal that's been sitting out in the hot sun all day, I know that feeling. You want gloves.
No, what is it? Today seems hotter than usual.
Yep.
Not was it as soon as like anyone touches Skirvo, they'll take like
1
probably a
point of
couple
fire
points
damage.
Yeah, no fire damage. And exhaustion seems to be taking over. You guys are back to
On who?
normal exhaustion.
On who?
Why is everyone exhausted?
except for-
Didn't
Oh.
everyone get their rest?
Yeah, we're
Yes.
back to a
Yeah.
level of exhaustion because it's hot.
Can I make a save so I can have advantage because I'm used to this hot weather?
Oh, yes.
Okay, just a con save.
Yeah, con save. Actually, everyone make a con save. There we go. That's how we'll rule it. Except for
Alright.
you, Skirvo. You don't get to make one
Why not?
because you don't get heat exhaustion.
Ah,
Yeah, he's
Lucky.
yeah, that's fair.
Lucky.
All right.
Ah!
Oh,
The dice have spoken.
that's a
Dang
nice
nabbit!
13
You're getting a
right there.
13 and you're gonna like it.
I have one more lucky. I have
But you
one
want to
more.
burn it now?
It's
But do you
not
want to
worth
burn
it.
it now?
It is
19.
worth it.
Hey.
What checks are you gonna make? What checks are you gonna
This is
make?
probably gonna bite me in the ass, but I don't.
Yeah, what checks are you gonna make that at a level of exhaustion is gonna matter?
I'm good. I spent it all. It's all good. I'm good.
The only people you hypothetically could pickpocket are right next to you.
Oh yes, and by the way, Spencer, just because keeping a child on a long haul journey like this entertained is definitely a priority, I have definitely taught her a few sea shanties on this long trip.
Oh, lovely.
Okay.
Have
Well,
fun with that, everyone else.
I
Man,
need
I
to roll.
starts learning a couple of them. Sadar is
See if
just
she
like,
actually.
there's
Oh,
two
my
of
dice are
them
in here
now.
for some reason. Ah, good job, Spencer. Let's put the
Yeah.
freaking dice in the box that you can't
It's
get
fine.
to.
It's fine. We can teach. It's fine. It's fine. I still got I still got 4 more days to be able to teach her more.
Also-
So once you start doing, once you start
She
learning, picking up a
retain
couple of them,
this knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna say a total of 4.
yeah.
Hmm.
After like the
Let's-
second one, Sadar is just like pitching the bridge of his snout and just like, now this.
She only remembered one of them.
Good enough for me.
Mhm.
It's the
Now
same
there's
song
2 of them.
over and over and over again. Oh
No,
gosh.
Hey
Oh,
guys, listen. We're parents on a road trip. You're suffering with me.
We're not even on a road
Fun,
trip, though.
fun
We're on a
fact.
bike.
Fun fact. The next day there'll be 3 voices singing it.
Oh dear. Oh.
Just
Sticker's gonna start
emo
singing too.
teenager
you'll
kid
see. You'll
who
see.
forgot
Alright.
their headphones at home.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now
the
there's
second
2
half
of
of the
shit.
day is filled with nothing but what is it? Okay, is filled with nothing but dread. It turns out Clara does not have the best singing voice.
Oh, no.
Now everyone, this time you must make another con save.
Against
Oh
what?
dear.
Can
What
I
is
argue
it?
advantage because
God!
Turbo
This
has
is poison.
definitely heard
Wait,
worse?
Did I see poison?
Yes, Gerbo can have advantage.
I
Yeah,
hate it
because-
here.
Sadar,
Yeah, I
you
would-
don't have advantage on this one.
Yeah.
No, if it's
Yeah, I would-
poison, I'm straight up immune. If it's poison, I just
It's not
ignore it.
poison.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
not. Okay. I thought I heard poison though. It was like if it's poison, I just flat out ignore it.
Wow, really?
Probably snake it.
It's such
It's so
it's such a
terrible
shame
that-
because there's no way Skirvo hasn't heard worse singing in the past, because you do know that most shanties are written in mind with the fact that these are going to be sung by people
Drunk.
who literally cannot sing. I mean, hell, when like, have you guys ever heard of Bully in the Alley? Most people don't even sing that one. They just sort of say it.
Oh,
It's
But
kind
a
of
lot of sailors back then are often inebriated more often than they aren't.
Oh, exactly. Exactly.
It's not only that they can't sing, it's that they're drunk while they're trying to sing and can't.
Oh, absolutely. But like, seriously, Bully in the Alley is literally a song of people being drunk and left in an alleyway.
Alright. So Paimon, you rolled in that one.
Oof.
You take 2 levels of exhaustion.
Jesus fucking Christ.
You're at.
Um,
Oh no, you're at 2 now.
I'm at 3.
14. Well, did your 19 pass the exhaustion
Yeah,
thing?
that means her speed would be halved.
Okay, someone has to carry me.
I'll carry Paimon.
Thank you.
I thought, what was it, Skirbo was about to take it. I was like, you take 1 point of fire damage.
Yeah, please, I'm not letting Skirbo touch me.
And then I assume that
I can see like the heat radiating
does
off of
a
him.
13 pass?
A
Does-
13 does not pass, but a
Does a
14 does. Yes.
Hey, we all agreed to be parents. It's fine.
Yeah.
Didn't agree
Yeah.
shit, bro.
I didn't ask you, Maddie.
Nobody asked.
You're gonna like this family. One way or another.
I will turn this ship around, guys.
I use my snake hood to cover my ears. Well, ear holes because I don't have ears because snake, but still.
I'm gonna rule it that Skirbo's more tired from actually teaching her the shanty in the first place.
Okay then.
Flavor it.
Like
there
Like I said, there's no way he hasn't heard worse. There's just isn't a way.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah.
Thousands of years of sea shanties. There's no
so-
way.
The second half of the afternoon, you won't sit. So I guess like we're going to say around 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Yes. You guys finally start seeing the edge of that great cactus forest.
Ah, we have made it to the cactus forest.
Ah.
Well, almost.
And by nighttime, or at least if you continue around this route, you think by nighttime you'll get to the edge of it.
We should be at the edge of the cactus forest by nightfall.
Yeah, we can camp on the edge of the cactus forest and then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We could do that. Keep our pace up, make more tracks. Guitar. As we make our little local caravan. Walk into the desert. Make sure Clara is aware of the dangers of cactus. Don't want to have to pull. I don't want to have to pull out any splinters.
All right, but yes, you guys get to the cactus, or at least the edge of the cactus forest. There does seem to be some sort of winding path through it. Other than that, you see some familiar-looking fruit on the cactus plants at the edge.
Might be
What
good
do
to
you do?
might be good to pick some of the fruit if any of ours has gone bad, which isn't really likely, but
Yeah, because the stuff in the bag of holding is in a vacuum. So.
yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
that was literally the only reason I could think of to pick any right now, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yep.
As of right now, just set up the ship, make camp for the night.
All right.
Keep watch.
Yeah,
for any
early in the night, like before Clara, before like about when we're like, you know, like just at some point during the rest, Tinker is gonna find Clara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clara, there's someone I'd like you to meet. He pulls
Who is
his
that?
he pulls one side of his coat open, and a little metal dragon hops out of the bag of holding, and stands in front of her. This is Clink. Clink, state your purpose. My purpose is to accompany Miss Clara and protect her from any harm at all costs. Yeah, it's just a little metal dragon that looks like it has it looks like a pirate dragon.
This is your
Skirvo's gonna
homunculus.
Skirvo
Yes, it is my homunculus servant.
Skirvo's is kind of side-eyeing this situation and gives him and lets out a chuckle.
And but yeah, it's a little metal dragon made of steel and copper, and he has a pearl set into his chest.
Ooh.
And the pearl is the core, because in order to make a homunculus, you need a gem worth 100 gold. So
Skirvo puffs out a kraken-shaped smoke from his pipe.
Clara is over enthusiastic about this new friend, and
Yep.
they go on and they listen, and she and her doll are just start doing a various number of child things that I could name off if you want me to.
Yeah.
Eh.
Whatever they are, Clink
Play.
enthusiastically joins her.
Yep.
All right.
That's literally
Um,
Clink's purpose. So
Yep.
Yeah.
He is
It is
her
what you constructed him for.
yes, he
He is
is
her
he is her
friend.
companion and guardian.
Yep. little pirate dragon, I love it.
hmm This child we've sort of half adopted into the party now has a pet.
Yep.
A construct pet, but a pet nonetheless.
Yep.
Construct pets are very easy pets. They don't need food.
Yeah,
they don't really
water,
need sleep. You don't have to really clean up after them.
Yep. Worst that could happen is that if something happens to him, she just needs Uncle Ticker to come take a look at her. Take a look at him.
Yep.
So nighttime goes by kind of fast. Things don't really happen across the forest edge, other than making a perception check. The two people who stay up.
Okay.
There they are.
Yeah, we'll say that Ticker's a bit too busy. Captain Skirvo, you notice a strange gust of wind that almost catches you off guard as you hear the rustling of cactus. We're going to call them branches. You know what I'm referring to.
Yeah.
I guess I should have mentioned. Okay, these cacti aren't like Seguro cactuses. They are prickly pear-esque, where they have the many different.
Leaves.
I forgot what they're called. Leaves.
They are called
Blade.
arils. The
Arils?
the branches. They're called arils. Or areoles, or I don't know how to pronounce it.
The big paddle-shaped leaves.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
paddle-shaped leaves.
They are paddle cactuses.
Because Captain Skirfo was here. Make a nature check, Captain Skirfo.
All right. There it is. Wow.
You don't have any experience in the desert, so everything seems normal.
And it's a wind blowing through a field of cactuses, so I don't really know if there's anything worth worrying about with that.
Yeah.
The rest of the night goes by uneventful. It is now morning again. Clara is found asleep again. A bit too exhausted.
Since I'm nice and cool from the night, I'll carry Clara holding her umbrella with her new friend Clink on my shoulder.
Yep. But yeah.
Just as meanwhile, a experience bar appears over Skirvo's head, saying "Dad," and he is
You have
now
leveled
level
up.
10. He is now level 10, Dad.
I mean, there is a class for that. It's called the Mentor. So if you wanted to, you could multi-class into Mentor. And it gets some pretty cool stuff. It gets like the ability, like if you spend a turn not dealing damage, you get a bided time die that you can use for all sorts of different stuff, like healing people or you can add it to damage. So like if you spend a turn not dealing damage, you get a bided time die. And then when you deal damage, you can expend any number of bided time dice to add them to your damage. And you get a cool lessons mechanic where like you can have lessons like stop trying to hit me and hit me, or let me shoulder it, or if you can dodge a wrench. If in doubt, follow your nose. There's one called I Have the High Ground. There's Fly You Fools.
Run, you fool!
All right, so we continue on our journey into the
Mhm.
abyssal dark.
I will lead the group through the cactus field forest thing.
Heard some strange wind last night.
Oh. Can you describe it?
I described the wind based on my perception. I should be able to describe it pretty well.
Okay, what we're gonna say? Yeah, you just I don't know if I should make that full. It's definitely going to be what is it?
Nature check?
Nature check on Scurv. Well, not Scurvo. On Sidar's part. Will I say that you have advantage? No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't really need it.
All right. 22. You have some memorization of the past means that this is a bad season for
For picking
for
fruit.
cacti, or at least for picking fruit. Yes, in this area, and so the funny little cactuses in which you get your fruit from, they have
Mhm.
strange seasons that you are now aware of, that due to the magic that they have inside of their fruit, they turn alive, they become animate objects, they awaken. There they go. Well, there you
Lovely.
go.
The fruits of the whole plant.
The whole plant.
Okay.
So there's a chance we got cactar on our hands.
Awesome.
At least we get lots of experience if we do defeat them.
Oh no, not from the fruit that you've already picked, but thank
No.
you, Maddie. Contribution. Sorry.
That is
But yes, so the cactuses come alive.
only at night
Um,
or at day too, or what?
Listen, they tend to stand still. However, what is it? However, if you do bother them in any sort of way, such as picking their fruits, they will attack you.
Okay.
Love. Don't pick any of the fruit for a time. It is a bad season.
It'd probably
Is
be
the
best
plan.
to
They come alive.
not camp in the ship while we're going through the cactus forest.
As long as
Mhm.
there isn't an open space to do so in, yes.
Oh no, there's it's just pure dark green for the next many miles.
All right.
Is the plants.
If
They
you want to go around the cactus forest, it's going to cost you an additional 3 days of travel.
Okay, yeah, we're just gonna go through it. 3
I mean,
days
we're already
is-
in it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
3 days. Also, 3 days is a
True.
lot.
Yeah. And that's
This
not what we agreed on. We already have a scheduling. We have a strict schedule to keep to.
schedule to meet. This is the fastest way through. But do be wary. Is the plants. They come alive.
All right.
Don't touch them. Don't pick the fruit. They should stay put and not attack.
It's not fucking
Good thing
creepy at
is that we're already worried about touching them because they're cactus and they hurt.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like you touch a cactus,
Don't
you take
touch-
you take a D4 of piercing damage if you touch a
Oh.
cactus.
Don't touch the cactus. So it's inside of the
It's
millennium. Let's go.
Okay, I lead them through the cactus forest, or as far as we can get in a day.
Yes, you get quite a ways in the some parts of the forest, the kind of big leaves above you block out the sun, as you are now enveloped into an area of darkness, of strange, otherworldly kind of darkness as what is it? Due to what is it? Yes, I guess like think of like an undergrowth of a jungle, if you
Yeah,
will.
like if you're
Except replace
like if you're beneath the trees and it's dark beneath the trees because there's so much trees
Yeah.
yes,
blocking out the sun.
like
So it's actually
but
dark, and
instead
not
of
just simply shady.
yes,
Tigger holds up his gauntleted hand and it sheds a bit of light
all right,
because magical tinkering.
Mhm.
understandable.
You
You
tr-
guys
you're
travel
trying
a
to get
bit
a.
of
Are you trying to get a promotion, Mister Ticker?
I try to be useful.
okay, a second. You guys travel a bit of ways. The only light coming from the gauntlet in which Ticker now holds. I assume Ticker is at the front now.
Yeah, probably.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
probably
At the very
Tigger and
least,
Sidar at
side-
the front.
Yeah,
Yep.
I
Um,
imagine the current role is side by
Delivering the
side.
through.
Ticker and Sidar and Paimon and Skirvo, Clara are taking up the back.
Yep.
yeah, that's about right. What is it? I guess like Clara gets off her back because she off your back because she realizes it's dark and she can just walk around normally. Um, she kind of stashes
Yeah.
her little umbrella inside her bag and then just goes off with the shoot. Forgot that you have
Clink
the homunculus already.
with Clink.
Clink.
Clink, and then just goes off with Clink behind like the rest of you guys.
Yeah.
As
Skirbo's
she
going to
starts
make sure
looking
Clink
around.
is going to make sure Clink knows that she absolutely must not touch the cactus,
You can
while
count.
also keeping an eye.
He like salutes with one of his foreclaws. You can count on me.
And yeah,
Some hours pass by. The darkness is ever engulfing. The the light is becoming very insignificant at the point. However, still revealing the path of the way forward. The whole thing gives a the whole experience is like that of a sensory deprivation chamber. Of the only noises being heard are your own footsteps.
Okay.
oh, this reminds me of the old days. Skirvos says, his red eye illuminate. The only thing that really illuminates his presence. I'm back when my ears weren't even. Back when they were still installing most of my machinery. Oh,
And then shoot. You guys travel for what is it? You guys travel for many more hours afterwards. And
Yep.
shoot. Paimon, if you
Yeah.
already weren't tired, you were now even more tired.
Goodness.
Good.
Oh gosh. Okay.
So you're back at 2
You
levels
feel
of
like
exhaustion.
you need to sleep.
I'm gonna take a nap.
I'm gonna pick up.
Just a second.
I'm gonna pick up
Oh,
Paimon.
can't do that. Dang it.
I miss Sparky.
Dang it. I don't. Magical tinkering can't determine the time of day.
And I determine the time of day.
I imagine that'd probably be a survival check.
Yeah, Sadar, it's just a normal check because you
Can't
never
really
been
see
to this
anything.
cactus forest before.
Yep. I don't have druid craft, so I can't just cast it and be like, "Oh yes, the time is this and the weather is
19.
this."
You realize that you are way past the normal time that you guys usually set up camp. You guys have been traveling that long, and hours have been going by very, very differently.
It appears we are further into the night than we usually go. Perhaps we should start looking for some place to set camp.
We just
Make shelter
right
then.
here.
Yeah, right.
I'm tired.
I mean,
Can we just camp right here?
we haven't seen anyone else for the entire duration of the trip, right?
You have
Nope.
Okay. Well, other than the scorpions that you saw like a night earlier,
Well, yeah, but
no.
And
You have
totally not the
seen
Helmarock King.
nothing.
well, yeah. So,
You
so we
have
can pretty much just camp in the road. So
Yep.
Other than that, I guess like around this time you would be hearing the sounds of owls.
okay.
Quick question: does Ticker have Lehman's tiny hut?
No, that is a third level spell.
Oof.
I would be casting it if I had it. Trust me.
Turbo's looking at the surrounding at the surrounding darkness and the way the cactus limbs almost seem to be reaching out. Reminds him of the day he walked off the assembly line. He starts lamenting that he misses he starts lamenting that he misses Sparky. Doesn't exactly elaborate who or what that was. Unless asked.
What the fuck is a Sparky?
Oh, that was my brother, just behind me on the assembly line.
Your brother's name was fucking Sparky? That's
Yes.
a shitty ass name. What the fuck?
We were all named by our captains. We didn't pick the name.
Your captain fucking sucks.
I thought Captain Crimsonfall was a fine captain.
He just the Ticker just mutters to himself. The tiredness is making Paimon extra combative. I see.
Yeah, fuck you. I heard that.
Sparky, he. Now, admittedly, though, I'll give him this. That's how I want to go out. In a blaze of glory. Down with the ship, just like any real sailor wants to go.
Shitty way to go.
You would have liked it. Lots of explosions.
But drowning? That's for fucking pussies.
Oh no, he didn't drown. He watched his head go sailing over my ship.
I turn to you. I don't think you can even drown. You
cannot.
don't breathe air, after all. Certainly not water after the past 3 days in the desert.
Oh, Maddie, you left roll 20.
I did? What the fuck? I didn't leave roll 20. It's
Well,
right here.
your name disappeared. I assume inactivity or something. I don't
Well,
know.
now it's back.
I've been here.
Skirvo just comments. Well, I mean, I know Sparky couldn't drown. He was with me when we killed the queen. We walked back on the ocean floor.
You're fucking weird.
Yeah, I've got more tales like that.
But yes. So the night feels no different than the daytime, save be for the hooting of owls. Nothing much really happens, save be for an owl. I think
Yes, the common desert owl.
seems to hop on top of Paimon while she's sleeping, pecks her, realizes she's a bit too big, and flies off.
I'm dead asleep. I don't even feel that.
You know, he's a lot smaller than the other bird I saw.
Ticker, is there anything you're doing?
No, not really.
Okay.
All right.
Can't really see well enough to draw blueprints, so.
Well,
Do none of us have dark vision?
I do have dark vision, it's just.
Okay.
It's still dim
It's just
light
low
with
light
dark
mode.
vision.
Yeah.
yeah. You don't
Yeah.
really see color. You just see various shades of gray.
Yeah, that too.
What is it? So I guess like either Ticker or Skirvo, do you want to like actively keep track of time then?
Skirvo will actively keep track of time. Being a machine, he's done that before. He just sets that egg timer that he set before.
Yep. The egg timer that works as your heart.
Yep. Just twists the wrench for about an 8-hour excursion, and then he sits there and waits.
By the
The
way,
slow
Maddie,
ticking.
remember to reduce your exhaustion level by 1 every time you rest.
Mm-hmm. I got you.
Just because
I
you got a lot of
got you.
exhaustion, just want to make sure you're remembering to do that so you don't die.
Yep.
Okay, I'm down to
Oh.
3.
Honestly, what we might want to do is we might want to just have her have somebody carry her and have her sleep the next one,
Yeah.
just so that
Yeah.
she's back up to full.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right.
Please.
I'll carry Paimon.
We could
Or you're
just
gonna
set
have
her
to
on.
like deal with very grumpy Paimon.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'll carry Paimon.
So
I'll watch Clara.
And also, throughout the next leg of the trip, the gauntlet glows brighter because I could actually prepare a spell now that it lets me shine light in 20-foot radius.
Awesome.
And
All right.
also, fun fact, because of how this spell works, only us actually see the light.
Oh. Which spell is this? Light?
Ghost light.
Ghost light.
It is a first level transmutation ritual that basically you touch an object no longer than 10 feet in any dimension and specify any number of creatures you can see within 10 feet. Until it ends, the object which it lasts an hour. The object sheds bright silvery light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20 feet. The light is only visible to creatures you specified during the initial casting of the spell. All other creatures perceive the area affected by the ghost lantern as they regularly would.
Uh-huh.
And it's a ritual, so I can keep it going.
Lovely. So we can see without letting everyone else know that, hey, we're over here.
Yep.
Excellent.
And we can
Oh.
see a lot better than we could the previous day, because it's a 20-foot radius as opposed to a 5-foot radius.
All right, so
Yeah.
Skirvo's gonna set a new timer for for our time to go to bed.
8 hours.
Yeah,
Mhm.
your
Yep.
egg clock. That once it becomes quote unquote daytime. What is it? It rings.
Yep. Just a. We. All right, time to go. Wakes everyone up.
All right. Let's go.
He'll set the new one and then and get us going.
On to day 4 of your journey.
2 more
Praying
days
that
after this one.
secretly praying that we're gonna get out of this cactus forest soon, because otherwise that damn ticking noise is gonna drive him crazy.
So it even ticks like a kitchen timer.
Yeah, but because of how low of a tick it is, only Skirvo hears it.
Yeah,
It's
but
in
my point
his
is, it
brain.
just goes tick, 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 tick.
Yep, it's literally in his
Skirvo's just-
brain.
So Skirvo's just slowly going mad.
Well, I mean, what else is new, right?
True.
So
Maybe we should have Ticker invent a watch. Like an actual, like, watch
That is
clock kind
actually
of
an
a thing.
item under Adamantine rules. It costs 50 gold.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I
let's
could probably
But
craft one,
yes,
but I just haven't yet.
Mhm.
let's continue our way.
Yep.
the sound is what's it? The snow sound comes from the forest. It comes off as very eerie and foreboding as you travel further into this expansive thicket of nothing but green and spikes. You travel for several hours. You travel for many more. That is until once again it becomes supposed nighttime. Of course, nothing has really changed. It's still mostly dark.
Paimon's exhaustion level goes down again because she didn't have to walk.
Hey,
Mhm.
I'm down to 2.
How many levels of exhaustion was she at?
I
Four.
thought she was only at
Oh.
3.
For
Because we went up by 1 the first time, and then that went back down, and then we went up by 1 then we went up by 1 again with the second time, and that went back down. And then she went up by 2.
Yeah.
And then it went back down with the last rest, and then it
Right.
went back down again. So she should be at 0 right now.
I should be at 0?
Yeah.
Oh,
should be at
okay.
0.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I'm at 0.
Cool.
Um,
Everybody get their rests in.
Mhm.
We are currently 4 days into our 6-day journey out.
Yep.
yes.
So, guitar, little storytelling things going as this night Skirvo recounts some old adventures of his as a means of entertainment.
Mhm.
Some of them sound I'm just gonna go. It'd probably be in everyone's best interest to just roll an insight.
Does it have us roll the insight, or Scribble
yeah,
rolls the insight?
just have it like everyone else roll an insight because it's literally just a whether or not you actually believe this happened.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. 16.
14.
All right.
And Paimon got a 20.
All right. Yeah. So Ticker thinks Skirvo has probably embellished quite a bit.
Tigger doesn't really care.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
Sidar thinks that Skirvo
Mm.
might have done a bit of embellishing. Paimon, much to her shock, realizes Skirvo is just telling the dead-ass truth. And nothing but the truth, as he unblinkingly talks about a story where one time when he was surrounded by enemy ships and it looked like that was going to be it for him, suddenly he realized, much to his surprise and horror, they were above what appeared to be a pod of krakens, which proceeded to devour all of the enemy ships, and yet left his alone.
Is he dramatically telling this with smoke pictures from his magic pipe?
Well, not that. Well, he would be if anyone could actually see that.
This is true.
Yeah, but actually, you could probably see them getting illuminated by his eye. But
Well, the light would keep
Mhm.
going through the night.
oh yeah, that's right. So yeah, he would be telling it with that, and it's just so you see images of ships getting dragged under by tentacled horrors. As everyone's like, nah, there's no way it was that many Krakens. And it's like, meanwhile, Paimon's like, it was exactly that many Krakens.
How would
Skirvo also still laments that that to this day he still has no clue why that happened or why he still seems to be or why he almost always seems to be protected by Krakens. It's just it seems that every time it would have been the end for him, some tentacled horror has saved his skin. And he does not know why.
All right.
Gave him one hell of a reputation, though.
Oh, righty.
Fight him and you get dragged under by the beast.
Mhm.
All right.
All right.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and spend some time on the blueprints since I can actually see better this night.
Yeah.
The blueprints for the secret plan, that is.
Travel nights will be Skirvo story time. All right.
Right. So you guys work on that. It is now. The night goes by once again, rather boringly. Nothing particularly, let's say, eventful happens. In fact, it seems a bit too quiet. But Skirro is probably on edge due to the lack of things going on. You don't notice too much.
Yeah.
Actually, go ahead, make me a perception check.
Yeah. All right. 24.
You are so focused, you notice that yes, it is a bit too quiet. But nothing happens.
There's not even the sound of animals.
Things seem to, as you look closely at the light, the branches are dead.
Ticker, could you shine the light closer to the branches?
I'll shine it closer.
You look at the branches that are near your kind of campout, and they seem to be of that of a palish white with cracks of malnutrition that you can now see. The cacti here have been starved of any sort of nutrients from the
Okay.
amount of sun that's blocking the way. It's unnatural.
Mhm. Is it? I know I'm not awake yet, but is it similar to the effect that my presence has on other plants, where they just sort of wither and wilt and die when I get within 10 feet of them?
You have to wake up first.
Okay.
All right.
Out.
Well,
But-
I think Ticker and Skirvo might have noticed that effect on plants that I have when I'm in
Yeah.
the vicinity.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
I guess they would have only noticed that over the past day because you haven't seen any plants.
Well, I mean, just in previous times when I've been in other rooms with plants and things.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
there was that one time. Yes.
Mhm.
It's a bit similar.
Okay. Probably just because there's so many cactuses that they're choking each other out.
Yep.
And that would explain the lack of animals, because even the animals know there's nothing to graze here.
Yeah.
Nothing but cactus. On the top, there's probably some small birds and things that use cacti for food and housing.
Maybe.
But that's probably on the top, where there's sunlight.
Interesting. There's not really much we can do about it except keep moving forward. Check what my timer says. Realize that it's still got 5 hours to go, and just and just mutters to himself that that damned ticking noise is just going to be the background noise. It's just going to be the background noise of his of his damn parking spot in hell.
Mhm.
The hours.
Wait a second. Wait a second. I just had an idea. So towards the end of the night,
Mhm.
before it would be before Skirbo's Sentry's Rest would end.
Yeah.
I am going to like there would be like, well, yeah, I will. No, no, never mind. I was going to say something, but never mind.
We
Okay.
got tomorrow night.
Yeah.
The party wakes up once again in total darkness.
No, 20 foot of bright light, 20 foot of dim light.
Yep.
It
Light
is
keeps going.
agonizing.
Yep.
You are in a green hell.
Yeah.
Nothing but spikes everywhere. It's agonizing. So you've been pricked a couple of times by some branches. Nothing like substantial, but it annoys you all.
So Skirvo's. So while we're making tracks this day, Skirvo's is just going to comment out loud. Yeah. Anyone else wonder what hell might be like?
Like this.
I'm not even sure if I go anywhere. If I kick it, well, I wonder if it'd be something like this or if it's something somehow worse.
The day goes by.
Is it still blackness?
It's still dark. It's still blackness. And by the end of the third day in this forest, there is still nothing but blackness.
Come to think of it, there's... I'm starting to think, what if I didn't make it out of that cave? What if I actually died and this is it?
Would be strange for the rest of us to be here.
Yeah, that'd be pretty
Guy
fucked.
seem to be getting closer. The path is shrinking.
That's a good point, Ticker. Thanks for keeping tabs on these things. Satisfied at a perfectly logical explanation.
Yeah.
So,
This.
starting to wonder.
Okay, continue.
Yeah. So this is day 5, right?
Yeah, that was day 5.
That
Yeah.
was 5, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess
So
we'll.
in theory, only about one more.
Yeah,
in theory.
In theory, we'll come out of the darkness tomorrow.
Yeah, that is if this isn't going Lost Woods on our ass.
Hopefully not. Have we noticed any turns in the path, or is it just a straight path through? Well, like not. Is it just a single path?
It's a single path that constantly goes through like twists and turns around large briars and large patches of things.
Okay.
If we pass day 6 and we're still surrounded by these dying cactuses, I think I might just say screw it and extend the Duchess. Explode a bunch of dead cactuses out of our way, climb the top, and see if I can't get a heading.
Yeah. Maybe.
I'll keep that in the back burner for now, because I don't think we'll need to do that. But if that happens, we'll just letting you guys know that's what I'm planning on.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. This night, Ticker like takes the gauntlet off and puts it in the center of the path to give out light.
All right.
And I'm going to again sneak up on Skuro.
Okay. Roll stealth. I mean, unless like someone is aware of this and like wants to distract
No.
Skirvo while this is going on.
The other two of us have to sleep for 8 hours.
Yeah.
You could make
20.
Clink distract me.
Well, I'm at
Ah.
20, so it's fine.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to do a couple things. So first of all, I'm going to cast Cognizant, which what that does is it gives me double proficiency. It lets me add my proficiency bonus to all intelligence-based checks, which means I get double proficiency in Arcana. And that
Okay.
lasts an hour without concentration. And then I'm
Alright.
also going to cast Arcane Hacking. So I get advantage on this Arcana check I'm about to make.
Alright.
All right.
And that was DC 23. We have expertise in Arcana. We'll just do that real quick temporarily. All right. 25.
25.
Nice.
You make that check.
All right.
All right. Well, all right. So it sounds like Ticker might have actually removed one of Skirvo's most troublesome programs.
Yep.
Which is
Skirvo is now an unshackled AI.
Yeah, so let me go ahead and pull back up a message I sent John a long time ago. That was a direct warning of this sort of thing. It was give me a sec. I have it right about. No, that's still the Castlevania talks. Oh, there we are. All right. So it was. All right. It was a. All right. It was one of his prime directives that were. Apparently, I never actually wrote down which one it was that actually just got deleted. We'll just say directive 2. Prime directive 2. Skirvo cannot make any modifications toward any self-modifications towards his own programming in pertaining to prime directives. Which means he's effectively locked in a loop in following Prime Directive 1, which is to serve his queen and country. Which no longer exists, which is now putting his whole existence in jeopardy.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And most importantly, Directive 6 was the one that was most concerning because it was basically if somebody tried to tamper with his prime directives, he was to immediately kill them. So if Ticker screwed up and Skirvo figured out what was going on, he would have literally had no choice but to kill Ticker.
Yep. That's why that check really. That's
By the way,
I put so much into making that check succeed.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And so now, I just want to ask: is Ticker is Skirvo even aware of what just happened, or did a piece of his brain effectively just fall out?
Hey, Lily.
A giant barnacle falls out of your head.
Yeah. Yeah, so Skirvo's just gonna. I was asking if he's aware that, like, because obviously he's going to be aware
That's
that
imprint.
that a massive block in his programming just disappeared. I'm just wondering if he's aware that somebody's currently plugged into him.
Well,
Because
you
something
see,
big just changed.
what's that 20 in stealth? No.
All
You
right.
think it's, well, see, if anything, you might think that this cactus forest is getting to your head.
He's
Alright.
going
Hey.
insane.
Wait. What?
Insane in the brain.
That can't be right.
Yep, I will.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yeah. What in the devil? You just you hear a bunch of gears grinding as he's searching his internal banks. If you're still plugged in, you clearly see his find tool just searching endlessly for the program that just went missing
hmm
and coming back with a syntax error.
Actually, because I'm still plugged in, I will give him a fake version that says, it says something like in the same language as his other prime directives. It says Skirbo is free to modify his prime directives um and make his own destiny or something like that.
Uh, I feel like this should be ruled as a second check.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, sure.
If not, it'll
what
just
is
be a
it?
syntax error. So
Yeah.
I feel like not advantage,
yeah.
but you do get because you're already in there and you already kind of, the only way that you can delete something is if you, no, that's a lie, never mind, you can delete something without knowing what it is.
Yep.
I was
Just
gonna
like-
give you like a +3 because you have an understanding, but at the same time, there's also probably a chance you don't really know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, visually, Skirbo's eye is pulsating between the 4 different colors it's appeared as so far, pulsating between red, blue, red, and green. Just pulsating through these because he's something's off.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Nat
So
20.
Yeah, that's 20. All right. Okay, so even though you didn't know what you, so what is it? So every single word that you just said, you can implement freely into it. If you would have gotten the lower score, then only like half the words would have
well,
made
yeah.
it through.
But yeah,
And
it's
if
like
you failed, you would have gotten
it's
something
not
even
necessarily those exact words.
back
It's
as a
like those
message.
words in the same language, in the same sort of style and grammar that the other prime directives are written.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just writing it down.
Ticker is a pro hacker now.
All right.
Hello, hacker man.
Yeah. Skirbo's inner program is searching for missing directive 3, and then sees
Clutch.
and begins seeing now sees the new directive 3, and then is just and it just sits reading that for a second, and he's just, that's unusual. Skirbo tilts his head, his gears grinding still as he's seeing a bunch of maintenance reports coming through, many of which he probably backlogs, and Ticker himself is going, yeah, I'm gonna have to add that to the list. And then at least one of them going, Jesus, that should be working.
And then another one that just pops up with Bonzi Buddy.
But it's just as well as a couple other things that he probably goes, that he went, wait, that wasn't working? But overall, he's just, you then see a definitive, goes back to, you then see it almost tentatively go back towards a prime directive, specifically Directive 1. And then proceeds to go back to Directive 4, which seems to be in line with a Directive 4 seems to tell you that it's literally what makes him the best captain that he is. It's the loyalty to the crew.
Mhm.
You see him cycle between these two as they clearly conflict with each other now. And then you see him suddenly start editing Directive 1 before reallocating his directives, effectively replacing Directive 4 with replacing Directive 4 as Directive 1, and effectively renumbering all the ones that are now misplaced, as Directive 1 is just completely deleted.
Yep.
You just see more modifications as he seems to be effectively now scrubbing himself of useless and pointless things, as well as as you see many hundreds of questions now come back as new with new interesting possibilities, and you see a memory drive get pulled up of Ticker describing how spelljammers work. The recent reappearance of Captain Dreadfuse and a description of his and a description of some of Dreadfuse's travels as it now becomes clear what Skirvo must do. He must explore.
Yep. Dickro's disconnect at this point and just.
Yep.
Mm.
It just, yeah.
Skirvo got a software patch.
Yes, he did. A badly needed one. One
Yep.
that was so badly needed that even his older brother was like, has he gotten the thing nipped out of his head? Because that's gonna bite him that's gonna bite you real hard if it hasn't.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
Let's get the frick out of this darkness.
Yeah.
Please.
The morning comes. By the way, now that Skirvo has reallocated everything, his eye has now resumed its usual blue color, and he seems to have more control over how and what color it glows.
Fair enough.
Goes disco for a couple of seconds.
Yep.
But yes, it is still dark outside.
Wow.
And
So,
we continue
surprise.
onward for the
You
next
continue onward.
allocated time frame. As this darkness has effectively made us basically turn our adventure into, what was it? Just time management.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, like, if this was a really dangerous thing, I feel like the Emerald Dragon would have warned us. Hey, there's a cactus forest in the way that will lost woods you.
Yeah.
You know, if that was the
Well,
case.
well, not necessarily.
Then again,
Writing-
he flew over it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
So he probably doesn't even know that that's what happens.
That's true, but
It's just
yeah.
Oh, it's like, oh look, there's a big cactus patch down there. Meh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways,
It's right, but it's like, oh yeah, I get the, and he wasn't exactly clear on where exactly the Mythalar was. He just was our best lead. I mean, it's not like he told us, oh yeah, it's next to the cactus patch that's gonna trap you for an endless eternity. You can't miss it.
Yep.
It's if I recall, it's near an old tomb that I can remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it
About-
was.
Yeah. Okay,
So-
onward.
Onwards.
So, you guys travel through the pathway. And what is it? And the not vines.
The branches.
Cacti seem to be scratching you. The branches, seem to be scratching you a bit more than they usually do, as the path gets smaller as you guys are now formed into a single file line.
Any of the plants that get within 10 feet of me, they wither and die as they take necrotic damage.
Yes, they were already withered.
Fair enough. Or just like if they get close, then they're just sort of dead.
Skirvo's going to protect Clara with his tattered cloak.
I'm also kind of using my staff to push some of the
that
out of the way.
Yeah?
as you go turn and check to see where Clara is, she's nowhere to be found.
How long was she gone?
Well, judging from your memory banks and judging from the impromptu hacking that had happened last night, remember that part when you were going on about like what was it? Not ghost stories, but tales of your past. It seems while you were distracted making the individualistic looking holograms, it seems that at some point you remember Clara being there and then she wasn't there.
So first of all,
You might be asking, where's your homunculus?
Clink would be with her.
Clink is also gone.
But he would have also tried to get her to not wander off.
Yes, which means...
Do I get a check for that?
Wait, okay. Sure.
I assume that's
I don't know what kind of check it would be. What kind of check are you arguing for?
Like Clink.
What information are you trying to get out?
Clink a check for Clink convincing her not to wander off. Assuming that's what she did.
Okay, that is assuming is what she did. Go ahead, make that roll.
If that's what she did, because if that's what she did, Clink would make the check. If that isn't what she did, Clink wouldn't make the check.
That's not what she did.
Okay, Clink. If Clink left, he would have said something. Like I would have a telepathic link with Clink. If he left, he would have said something through it.
Unless, how far does your telepathic link go?
120 feet.
Yes.
I know we're farther than that now, but like when it happened, Clink would have been like, "Hey, this is happening," through the telepathic link.
Yes, which means
I don't know.
Something must.
Like,
which means
he's trying to get at something happened to Clink.
Yeah, I'm gonna check like the conduit of the conduit of magic that I would have to keep Clink active.
All right. Okay, you're gonna have to describe this to me.
Like, there would be a conduit, a slight conduit of magic constantly coming from me to keep Clink active. Because if I were to die, Clink would
Yeah, because it's
be
one of his
deactivated.
infusions.
Because it's one of my
Yeah, because it's one of
infusions.
his. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, it's an. I don't know if you have like a spiritual connection to your
Yeah, I want to see if it's still active,
infusions. Like
basically.
you're not a hag, so you're.
I just want to see if that energy is still flowing.
Yes, it's still flowing. You don't know where it is. You're gonna have to. That's it. Yes.
Can I make a check to find out? Like at least the direction?
Yes, you can.
Arcana, I assume.
Will I say that it's helpful? Yeah. I mean, will I say that it's helpful? No.
Like,
But,
I'm struggling to figure out what you expect us to do here. I'm struggling to figure out what you expect us to even do. Like,
there is like, okay, you were
Okay,
right.
so-
There is some shenanigans happening with this forest. There is shoot, I forgot what you guys referred to it twice.
Lost Woods.
Yeah.
This is a Lost Woods type of situation.
Hmm.
Oh, she got lost. Did she?
Okay, it's not like a Lost Woods. What is it? Not like a Lost Woods as in like Link sort of reference where there are several different paths that you could take. It's more like there is a magical essence of this woods that causes people to
Compels
get
you.
lost very easily.
That compels you to
Yeah,
go off in a random direction.
But yeah, like,
That's exactly what the Lost Woods is.
But yeah, the
Yes,
thing is, there's
but it
nowhere
is
to get lost to. It's just a path.
that
With a
you
wall
know of.
on either side. But it's a wall of spikes on either side of the path.
Yeah, we've never been seeing any other paths.
We are effectively surrounded by a wall
What's
of
a
thorns.
smell
on
that you
both
have
sides.
not used this entire time that you sometimes like to use?
It's cactuses. I didn't think they would be freaking. I didn't think I would need to keep detect magic running.
Well, even then, we would know they're magical because the cactus fruit restores hit points.
Well, yeah, but I didn't think I needed to keep detect magic running. It's freaking cactuses. Like, this is.
Mr. Taker, throw up detect magic. See if you can't see
I
Clink.
can't. I don't have it prepared.
Ah.
Because I've been trying to keep other things prepared because I've been trying to focus on 10 different things at once.
Yeah.
That's
Like-
the problem with having 1.5 casters.
Yeah, but
Yeah, and I have like 0 utility as well.
In a
'cause I'm hard
campaign
user,
called
not a healer.
Thieves Incorporated, Spencer.
Yes.
That should be an all rogue. That encourages an all rogue party, which a half caster is a benefit to because the best you can get with a rogue is a third caster.
Yeah.
Yes. Listen, you didn't think I'd actually kill you this way. No, this is like a problem that you guys have to figure out in some
of
sort
course.
of way. I can't give you the answers to everything because that ruins kind of the fun.
I know. I'm just asking. I'm just trying to figure out what, like, even to do because I have no clue.
Best we can do right now is
stop.
Is head back
or head back.
Yeah.
Wait,
Stop.
Wait. I do have a familiar, which I believe. Let me check. I believe he has blind sight or dark vision. I forget. But just let me check. Let me check. Flying snake. Flying snake has 10 feet of blind sight, but no dark vision. But it can fly 60 feet. So I can just have him go back.
Yeah, but what if we lose the familiar as well because of it?
I can recast the spell.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Send him back.
Send him back.
Okay, we'll send him a mile because I think that's the limit of find familiar is 1 mile.
Well, that's not the limit. That's the limit of like where you can do something with it.
Okay.
There
enough.
actually isn't a limit as to how far away they can be from you.
Oh, okay.
Just the
That's
limit
the
of how far you can tell it what to do.
You
Yeah.
can telepathically communicate within 100 feet.
I think you can.
You can dismiss it. Wherever it is, you can dismiss it.
You can see the familiar's eyes.
If it's within 100 feet.
Oh, I thought it was 1 mile.
No, that's. Wait a second. Actually, no, that doesn't have a limit. That one does not have a limit on its range.
Oh, lovely. Well, yeah, I'll send it back towards where we camped, and
All right.
peer through snake eyes.
Okay. So, Sadar,
Mhm.
you noticed something through the snake's eyes due to its blind sight. Not all the cactuses are real.
Oh
Okay.
dear.
Okay.
Do I see any footprints?
That was, let's see, the day after that, Paimon was traveling with us. Like, actually walking.
I feel like you can see footprints of that.
Well, I was looking for Clara's footprints.
Well, yeah, I know.
In the night.
Because, yeah, a mile would probably... Yeah, okay. Say what you were going to say, Spencer.
All right. So, you travel a ways back. Or at least, your flying snake travels a ways back. Gliding through, what was it?
Just flying above the path.
Flying above the path. Yes, and you travel a ways back. Does your flying snake have hearing?
It has
Yes.
normal hearing. It has standard hearing. It's only special sense that has blind sight, but it's not like it's deaf or anything.
All right. Okay. That is until you hear the weeping of a small child. And
Hold in on it.
Shoot, I forgot the name of your
Clink.
Clink.
of
Clink.
the homunculus again. Clink. We're going to have to write that down somewhere. Well, I'm gonna have to write that down somewhere.
You
Yeah.
could,
What's
you could
this
add a-
week? Crap, everyone else can remember Clink.
Yeah, everyone's gonna
Because
freaking remember Clink after this
Came up
week.
this session, I didn't write it.
Clink.
What is it?
No. What was happening?
What is it? So, as Clink is trying to actively try to calm down Clara in some sort of fashion, but can't give any sort of reassuring proof because your homunculus doesn't quite understand what's happening either. That is until your flying snake comes by and
So he can still
just kind of
So he can still speak when he's looking through his familiar's eyes.
Yeah. So I
Yes,
have one.
it just goes with the directives that you have given to it.
Well, yeah. Well, I can telepathically. No, that's
Oh,
within
then
100
100 feet.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
flying snake.
I'm currently seeing through its senses. But I have like one hand on my staff and my other arm like stretched out and my eyes closed in concentration. I think I have found them. Beware, some of these cacti are not real.
All right,
Okay,
I'm gonna start running back down the path.
Skirvo as well.
Run, Forrest, run!
So
The snake will like
as you start running down the path, you jolt your way into that direction, until you eventually you see. Let's see. So with the gauntlet, you see 3 individuals that come out in front of you. One looks like a robot pirate, the other one a mouse, and the other a naga.
Ah,
So I went in a circle, is what you're saying?
You went in a circle. Well,
Oh,
actually, it's more
shit.
like a strange oval.
So I tried to go back, and I just wound up in the same spot.
Yes.
Oh shit.
The snake will tap like first on Claw's shoulder and then on Clink, and then just hone in on me, coming back.
Let's see.
I-
Well, after it gets our
and this
attention.
is Clink looking
like,
at the.
finally.
Clink looks at the snake. I think that Sidar's familiar.
Clara already knows this. Clara looks at the snake, hugs it, and as listen, as you try to lead the what is it? What is it? So yeah, you lead Clara back to the party via the flying snake, who's probably like Clara is just kind of tugging on like his tail as you're
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
assume kind of almost comedically flapping its wings towards a certain direction, ignoring all of the what is it? All of the patches of real cacti
Mm-hmm. Because blindsight.
until you eventually get back to the party.
Mm-hmm.
As the rest of you look at Clara, you realize
Thank
that
goodness for
she
fine
is
familiar.
covered in thistles and pinpricks. She is bleeding in several locations
Skirbo's
from
gonna run.
all of the
gonna get-
cacti.
Is gonna get up to her and just, oh, my dear, where have you been?
She doesn't respond. She only sobs as she runs to I guess you, because you're holding out your arms first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Ticker
Skirbo's gonna
will go over there as well.
Yeah, Skirbo's gonna hold her in, not too close, so that he can start pulling out thistles and needles.
I
Because
assume there's a
he doesn't want to
tweezers and a
bury them
healer's
any
kit.
deeper.
Yeah, I assume there's like a pair of tweezers and a healer's kit. If
Yeah.
so,
Yeah, there would be a pair of tweezers in Eco's kit.
yeah,
All right.
I'll just I'll tap Skirbo's shoulder with the tweezers and just
Take the
hold them
tweezers
out.
and start pulling out needles.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on her.
Okay, Ticker. I'm sorry to tell you this. Your cure wounds doesn't do anything.
Dhampir are not undead.
You've now learned something.
Oh, she's actually a straight up vampire?
Yes.
Okay.
Shit.
Okay then.
All right. When I finish pulling out all the needles, I'm gonna hold her tighter.
Mhm.
Just don't scare me like that again, lass. Okay?
She collapses in exhaustion in your arms. Her tears, it's like slowly drifting into a slumber.
Sidar?
Her sobbing slowly replaced with
Mhm.
snores.
Yes.
Warn us about any more fake cactuses.
I think that would be wise.
I don't know about you, but
Perhaps on the way back, we go around this forest instead of through.
I agree.
I don't know about you, but I've had enough. But I've had about enough of this.
Yes.
Should I go ahead and blast the chip out to see if I can figure out which direction we need to go?
Hmm.
Because based on this, it sounds like we
I
might
haven't
be
moved from my
completely turned
spot.
around and heading the wrong way.
I haven't moved from my spot. I've only turned around 180 degrees, so I'll know to turn around back 180
Well,
degrees.
no, because the road's twisted around, like Spencer said. It's entirely possible that we're not going the right direction anymore.
That is
Yeah.
true.
So should I just blast the ship out? It should more than carry the height to see what's going on above.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
probably.
If you can do it without squishing us, I think that's the best solution.
Well, that's easy. All of you right here. I just turn this way. I do not throw the ship out. I simply extend it out in front of me and listen to the horrifying sound of a bunch of cactuses getting crushed under the weight of a galleon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
it worked
question
like
about
the
the way
second time that you used this, and not the first time because you're not throwing it.
Yeah. A quick question about the way the ship unfolds when Skirvo uses it. When he unfolds it, does Skirvo and I guess the people immediately right next to him on the outside on the ground next to the base of the ship, or are they on top of the deck of the ship when he unfolds?
No,
it?
They're
they
not on
would-
top of the deck of the ship. They would be on the ground next to
Yeah.
the back of the ship.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's how this works.
What
Yeah.
we'll probably have to
This
do
is how it
is
worked
expand
the
the ship
second
to
time
clear
we
the
tried this.
cactuses, and then
Yep.
retract the ship and send one of our flying familiars up to look around.
Yep.
Because we won't be able to get in the ship.
Yep.
All right.
But we're basically using that the ship is a giant just expansion balloon to knock everything back.
And now there's just a big galleon-shaped hole in the cactuses, which means there's now sunlight feeding through.
From where you are standing, currently no, because the way because the ship doesn't come out like it just floats and then drops. It comes from the bottom and then goes to the top, which means like all of the cactus leaves are now kind of compressed against the side of the ship. If that makes any sense.
Okay.
If I could give you a bird's eye view, the crow's nest could definitely see above like the skyline.
Yeah.
Yeah, but retract the ship so that the cactus leaves aren't in the way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And if that doesn't work, I'll
If that doesn't work,
I
I'll freaking thunderwave them out of the way.
yeah.
You have Thunderwave, I have Thunderwave, I have Shatter, I have Fireball.
I have Shatter
Alright.
too.
What do I have?
Let's
have
not
Blight.
cast
You have a
Fireball
lot of
because
fire and bombs.
let's not cast fire spells because this stuff will catch like dry tinder.
Okay, and
Because it is right.
I have Blight.
magic
Barrage.
missile.
All right.
I have
so
Arrow Barrage.
I retract the duck.
Wind Spears.
I retract the Duchess and put her back away.
All right.
Magic missile.
There
right
is now light coming through. Okay. And
Aha.
I'm going to need, due to the situation that is being called, I'm going to need all of you to make a dex check to see if you don't get hit by the falling leaves of cacti that
Fair
are
enough.
falling from the sky.
Since Skirvo
Okay.
is busy doing the thing with the ship, I will shelter Clara.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a big
Alright.
old tower shield. Do you want to sort of hunker underneath me?
I will say that works.
Okay, because I'm
Alright.
basically just using my massive tower shield and lifting it straight above myself.
Okay.
And using
let's see.
snake strength.
It would probably sound like freaking hail hitting the top.
Yep.
Clink, 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 bang, clink.
We all have maxed dexterity.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
I have
You know,
I don't have
because I'm
dex.
glad you guys remembered that there was going to be a bit of stealth in this that you're going to need to do.
Well, yeah,
And I'm
I don't
glad
have
that all of you got that.
I don't
And
have
the
max
dex
stealth.
saving
but
throws
I have-
versus traps are dex.
I don't have maxed dex, but I do have the tower shield, which gives me a buff on dex saves.
Yep.
Oh.
So I have the equivalent of max dex without actually max dex.
I didn't do great
So
on my
who
save, but I
dodged?
can take...
Who ate it?
I probably was
All
the
right,
only one who ate it.
all of
which-
you except Ticker.
Tick.
Oh, no!
I can take it. I have plenty of hit points.
Yeah. Let me roll.
I'm just gonna take some
dice
piercing
real
damage. I'll be
quick.
fine.
Oh.
And Clara's
alright.
under you, so.
Yep.
Yeah. Alright, we're gonna roll this many d4s. You take 11 points of piercing damage.
All right.
That's not bad.
Yeah. No, that's not bad at all. Not
Yeah,
even a
that's good.
fifth of my health.
Yeah.
All right. And I assume the illusory cactuses are still there.
Yes.
How frequent are they?
So it's kind of weird that you're looking at right now because okay, so there's like some things that are blocking the skyline still, but you definitely know that you definitely placed that galleon right there.
Like, how frequent are the illusory cactuses?
Listen, they seem to be okay. So out of every 3 cacti, 2 of them are illusionary.
Jeez, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Ervo's going to pass his hand through the illusory cacti.
It gives off the feeling of you being scratched, but you take no damage.
Okay. I send the flying snake up the hole, and I look
Alright.
around.
You send this flying snake up the holes. In front of you, about, or at least, okay, from the party's position
Hmm.
to the west of you, basically, well, it turns out it was only this last little bit that was really annoying you. Do you see a village with a fire burning
At the
in
end
the
of the
center of it?
forest, or the center of the forest, or
Beyond the center of the forest, it is. Well, it's like 2/3 of the way there. In reality, you guys only missed like half a day.
okay,
All right.
it's taking.
And we still have about half a day.
Yeah.
So all right.
Yeah, we go around the forest on the way back.
Yeah.
If we can.
We probably
Can't
can.
go under it.
There's
Or,
a
I mean-
chance
Over
that
it.
Wait. Once we get the mythalog, let's we can have all the materials to make the Duchess
You
fly.
did.
We don't have
Don't
quite
you
all the
dare
materials to it.
finish
So,
your
like,
plan.
question, Spencer, with the
Yes.
mythalar, could we make the Duchess fly, just not control as well?
I don't think we have any of the actual components with us, do we?
Well, he said the
think-
mythalar was like anti-gravity stuff.
Yes.
So once we
yeah.
get the
And then we can
mythalar,
just use it as a regular sailboat. We could just use it as a regular sailing ship and use the mythalar as the anti-grav to deal with the whole "there's no water on this planet"
yeah,
issue.
could we do that?
Yes.
We
Well,
just
okay.
sail it like a
You
normal
have to make a
sailboat.
couple of Arcana-based checks.
Okay, yeah,
and probably
Arcana
think your
checks are
tools
fine,
based
but
things. Yes.
yeah,
But
so
yes,
But
that is a thing you can do.
okay, so we
in
can
theory,
just we can just stay
just
here until I can
sail
get the
back.
mythalar set up and then fly out.
Yeah,
Fair
just
enough.
sail
That
back
could
like a normal
that could cut
sailboat.
up our journey a bit.
Yeah.
As
And more
Skirvo would
importantly, we
just be
bypass
in
all the
his
madness.
element,
Mm-hmm.
except more airborne than he's used to.
Yeah, that's what we tell Skirvo. Just like sailing, just instead of water, it's air.
All right, let's get to the village.
That doesn't exactly inspire confidence. Sparks fly out of him. You make a compelling point.
Let's get to the village.
Okay,
So
with assistance from Snake Blindsight that can see through illusions because blindsight, we go there.
Right?
With me giving very explicit directions of turn here, don't turn here, go straight here.
Oh
Don't
no,
touch
you
that
just
device
go
here.
straight.
Oh, okay.
And like you take like little divots to the like left when there's like a real cactus.
Lovely.
Eventually you make it to a clearing. That is where the village is.
Lovely. My snake
and-
returns to my snake.
That seems like a good spot to end the session because it's getting pretty late.
yeah.
All right. And now we're on that village that was referred back to in your little history lesson.
Oh,
There's
yes.
a couple of Naga that live here.
All right. So, thank you for watching this session of Thieves Incorporated. We may or may not be back next week. Who knows? You can find the archive on the YouTube channel. And, yeah, see you later.